Right, can you remember what happened last time?
Yes, I've made a big note and I've put loads of stars around it because it says, "See the Sergeant of the City Watch." And there's three stars on it. So we need to see the Sergeant of the City Watch.
Whatever happened last time, next time we need to see the Sergeant.
But yeah, I'm glad someone remembered.
Go to City Watch to give a statement.
Yeah, of what happened.
We have to decide whether we're going to Deathgate or Cliff Tops.
Yeah, for the guilds. But we can only go for one. And if we try and join one, then
the other team are going to know.
Yeah.
So if they got us, we're screwed.
So last time we were in the sewers to find that amulet thing, that plate thing. We found it in that room with the metal dogs. Killed the dogs, and then the metal robot thing, can't remember his name now. He did I write his name down? No. He attacked us, and then he had Patcher with him, and we managed Saber. That's him, yeah. And then we managed to, because he was pretty bad to Patcher, we managed to get Patcher on our side to fight for us as well, which was a good thing because Saber spent half of the fight grappling.
Pinned to the floor, getting stunned. What was all that?
So we could just pound at him and get rid of him. But every time we kill one, that thing comes out and goes back to the big bad guy.
In your journal now, so whenever you can be able to read it, there's notes about the Lord of Blades in there as well. So yeah, pretty much you managed to get the schema that Lady Kenneth had sent you, well, that you'd agreed to go look for Lady Kenneth. Found the schema, made friends with Patcher, and basically just made your way back up towards the higher layers and got back to the Broken Anvil Tavern. Agreed to meet with her again, and eventually she turned up. Gave you the rest of the money, took the schema off you, and said if you're going to go and join one of these adventuring guilds, because she'd got word that you were looking at doing that, told you the two main ones, and that whichever one you chose to go to, she'd make sure that word was put through that you'd be essentially accepted without having to go through all the rigmarole of all that the entrance stuff, because the stipulations for kind of joining these adventurers guilds, they're different between each of the guilds, but they're both quite stringent. They don't just let anyone turn up and go, I want to go be, an adventurer guy now, give me some jobs to do and pay me sort of thing. They only accept like certain calibers of people and all this kind of stuff. So she's going to ensure whichever one of the two guilds, the Clifftop or the Deathgate Guild, that you'll be able to get kind of straight in there without having to worry about getting references, all that kind of, you won't get paddled, all that, I mean, maybe you will, who knows, depends what you're into. So, yeah, she's kind of said that, right, House Kenneth is kind of in your debt, this is going to be, the start of the payment of that sort of thing. That's how much this schema meant to whoever she's kind of obtained it for on their behalf. Gareth kind of determined it was something to do with transmutation. You kind of posited it maybe they were taking like mundane metals and things and making them into more expensive stuff, that kind of thing, but you're not entirely sure what this schema was actually a part of a bigger thing. Like you said, the little part of the book on the mummy, it was that kind of arrangement that fits into something else, and then something bigger happens, but you kind of got the gist about maybe what it does, but you're not entirely sure. So that's kind of fits right. That's where we kind of left it. You went off to see Skaken in the Rats Market. Sent him off to go and collect all of the bits of Warforged that were left and basically clean up. And made like a little arrangement with him that anything that you kind of find between you, you'll be splitting in some variation of 50-50, however that is.
A percentage. It's to be determined.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see how that works out. You also found a load of stuff into Tufty's shop,
Yeah.
which he managed to fence for you, and you got a bit of cash back. You weren't entirely sure whether it was a decent price or not, but you got it for nothing, so it was free money as far as you're concerned. Plus, House Kenneth didn't want anything else that was in the foundry, so it's not as if you've been handling stolen goods. They were yours to take. They've just been laid down there for potentially for decades, kind of thing. So we ended it in the Broken Anvil Tavern, where you spent another night. So you've both had a long rest. Everything's all magically recharged as it does in 5th edition. What do you want to do this morning?
We need to go see the sergeant first thing, I think.
Yeah, let's go see the sergeant. I've got an idea. Why don't we go to the City Watch and give the statement to the sergeant?
That's a very good idea.
There we go.
So you'll set off on your way. It's up another level. You might ask the matron or get some directions on the way. The closest kind of City Watch station is on the upper layer of Shan. So you might take one of like the elemental lifts, or maybe have a just little wander around. How do you want to get up there? It's not a particularly long walk, maybe half an hour, 40-minute walk to get up there. It's a nice bright morning, sun shining, not raining or anything.
Just walk so we can have a look round.
A nice little saunter around.
Yeah.
Cool. So as you kind of start making your way up from the middle layer up into kind of the better kind of layers, you can see that there's a lot more well-dressed people, that from being in this kind of region already, that some of the shops are a bit more upmarket. You can see some of the little morning cafes and the things that are opening up. They look a little more upmarket. You can see that this is probably where the more well-off people are living. Obviously not the Skyway, which if you look up you can see the little island floating a few hundred meters above you. You've already found out that that's where like the elite live. That's the whole, we're literally looking down on the rest of the city kind of arsehole people live. So yeah, as you're slowly kind of meandering your way up, because all the workers are kind of already up and going about doing their thing. As you get up towards the upper layers, you can see some of the more well-to-do people are getting up and getting up maybe to go into work at the university and some of the more market shops and things. But eventually you make your way over to the City Watch station. Hopefully the lighting effects work. So you find the front of the station. You walk in through the sort of large archway entrance, and as you step through, there's just some large double doors that are already kind of half open. And as you step in, there is an arcane lift, which will immediately start ascending up. Can I hear me on Paul's mic? Is that what that was?
Yeah, sorry, my Alexa's going crazy.
We just heard this weird echoey voice.
Yeah, it's just possessed.
No worries. So you step onto the lift. It kind of slowly and comfortably ascends upwards, and as it slowly comes to a gentle stop at the top, there's a small doorway in front of you, which is labelled Shan City Watch Office Local District.
I can go in first.
Okay, doke. Such a gent. Yeah, I'll go in first.
Open door.
Knock, 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 knock.
Click on that. No one answers if you're not. You opened it.
What do I do?
I don't think you opened it.
Click
There you go. I've opened
Just in case it's a trap.
it. You clicked on the door again. Use the cursed keys. There you go.
You're in Hogwarts.
As you kind of step through, you can see there's a few people kind of already sat at a couple of the little sort of sofas dotted around. You can see that there's one of the City Watch constables sat behind a desk talking to someone who already seems quite irate, and the person behind the desk is already looking a bit pissed off. You can see there's already a few people kind of sat in there waiting.
Go to the front.
Where's Patcher?
I'll bring him in if you want.
I'll leave him outside.
Blaze.
Doesn't patch it. Sat in the lift. So as you kind of approach the desk, love, you'll kind of start to hear the voice of a young woman. You can see her kind of getting a bit irate, asking when she's going to get to see her fella, and that it was, it wasn't his fault, it was provoked, all this kind of stuff. You can see the constable sat behind the City Watch desk, trying to kind of basically describe to her that he's been locked up for the night. He will be released when he's been processed. You're going to have to sit down and wait. He hasn't got an estimated time, all this kind of stuff. And she's just progressively getting more and more pissed off that she's not getting her way at this point.
I kind of want to do that thing where I almost interrupt and try to calm the situation down with her and just say, "Excuse me, madam, I can't help but over here." But I'm sure that the constable here is doing everything that he can, and that your fine gentleman will be out as soon as he is processed, and probably it'll be before you know it.
And she sort of half turns just to see who's talking to her, and then when she kind of almost does a double take, when she like kind of looks up and sees you're considerably taller than she is, and you're also bright red, huge horns. You might have been speaking to some of the other people you've met. You know that tieflings aren't a majority kind of population in Eberron. They do exist. There's not many of them. They're usually over towards the east, in an area called the Mournlands as well. Yeah, so again, she might not have seen someone of your stature before. She kind of does a little double take. It's like, yeah, absolutely. He was pushed into it. That guy was saying some horrible things about me. I don't think he should have been locked up for just hitting the guy in the face. It's not his fault. He banged his head on the way down.
I am sure that you are 100% correct, and he did exactly the right thing as to defend your honor, my good lady. But I don't think there's anything much that this constable can really do apart from what he's already told you. So maybe let's just let him get on with it, and before you know it, he'll be out and you'll be yelling at him again anytime soon.
And you can see her kind of looking between you and the constable, and you can see that the constable kind of nodding his head in agreement with you, and you can see that there's more she wants to kind of vent, but she's getting the impression that there's not a lot.
There's nothing.
Yeah. She goes, well, I need to be out of here by midday. I'm not going to be waiting much longer.
You shouldn't be waiting on him hand and foot, my darling. You should go and do whatever it is that you need to do and make him come to you. Apologize profusely for what he's put you through.
You're right. Why am I always chasing after
exactly.
him? Do you know what he got me for my birthday? Do you know what he got me a gift certificate for my birthday.
Disgusting.
You know what?
It's not even a thought.
Screw him.
Yeah,
screw him.
Girlfriend.
I'm going to go spend that gift certificate on me. I was going to get him something nice. I'm going to go and spend it on me.
You have go find a nice spa or something. Get a nice manicure. Do yourself up. Go have whatever you fancy. You go make this day about you.
Do you know what I am? I am. Screw him.
Good
screw that guy. And you see you start walking off toward the exit. Yeah, sees Patcher, shits herself. See, shits herself. Yeah.
Liz steals a hat.
And then Patcher electrocutes her.
She gets on the lift, instantly dies. No, so she makes her move on the way out.
So then I will kind of give a whoo to the desk sergeant.
You see him kind of start to put a few kind of sheets of parchment away and slide them to the side. And he kind of puts his head in his hand and he goes, "So, can I help you, madam?"
Oh, you look like you're having a right day, sir.
It's the same as any other.
No, I bet it is. We are here to give our statement to the City Watch sergeant.
Can you remember which sergeant you spoke to, or did he?
Of course, I wrote his neck down.
It was Sergeant Dollum.
Sergeant Dollum.
Absolutely, he is on duty today. Let me just. You see him like reach down into a desk, and you see him getting a small. You've recognised sending stones before. You see this one has like different kind of runes on, and you see him quickly kind of say something into it, and then put it back under the desk. As if you care to take a seat, someone will be through shortly to take you through.
Absolutely, Constable. It would be my pleasure. I'm trying to be overly polite because I know that he's having a really shitty day.
Yeah, he's having a mare of a day. Yeah.
Where are you? Oh, you're over there. I'm gonna sit next to. Is that a seat that you're on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's on a little.
Okay. I was zoomed out, so I couldn't see. I'll sit next to you. There you go.
Also, within sort of 5-10 minutes or so, you see one of the doors open and another City Watch constable comes through, and he steps through. He says, "Someone to see Sergeant Dorlam."
Quick. Actually, I'll give you an elbow. Oh, what's that red light there?
You don't know.
Is it a light shining through the wall though?
No, it's hung up kind of above the ceiling, shining down.
Okay.
You can see it's kind of covering the area next to the desk, shining down towards it.
Okay. Yes, Constable, that would be us.
Gareth, give us an Arcana roll.
2 plus 3, 5.
2,
Yeah,
5.
5.
It's red light.
That red light is emanating some kind of magic. That's as much as you get.
Oh.
What's your intelligence?
10.
Standard, yeah. You can tell it's some kind of security measure.
So I guess
Which
it's like
section?
I would hazard a guess that it's scan for weapons or something, maybe.
Something along those lines, but it's hard to pin down what kind of
Yeah.
magic it's emanating.
I always fail my Arcana checks, even though I'm
I know.
a magic person. It's the one thing
I was an
I've failed.
investigator. I used to roll really
That's
shit
true.
on every
I even gave you
investigation.
that
I had-
advantage as well.
I had advantage on my rolls, and I used to roll about a 4. It was ridiculous.
So yeah, he kind of gestures for you to step through the door.
And then I shout over to Patra and I go, right, stay here.
And he kind of, you see like his back end kind of plump down and goes, whop, whop, and sits down. Blaze kind of perches on his shoulder. How well is Blaze handling Patcher?
Really well.
Are they bonding quite well?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't really bond. He's a mechanical device. Kind of doing
Blaze
his
is-
goal, but
Blaze,
she's
yeah.
tolerating him.
Yeah. She throws sticks for him when they're just playing. She picks up a stick and then she drops it down and he goes chasing it.
That's quite nice. So yeah, as you kind of step through, he comes through after you and closes the door. You can see you're basically in like the bullpen area. You know, there's a few officers still kind of sat there going through some paperwork. You can see there's like a little, you know, like restroomy area over to the side where there's a calf machine and there's like some snacks already out and kind of stuff. And he says, his office is just that one over there in the center. If you want to go and just knock on the door, he's waiting for you. And he goes back over and sits at his desk.
Okay. This one here.
No, that one should be locked. It should be the bottom one, hopefully. You can open.
Bottom one. Yeah. Oh,
try it. See if you can unlock that top door. It should be
well,
locked.
you said center, so
Yeah. Yeah, that door's locked.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mr. T.
It's that dwarf.
Bit of the fool.
That's Mr. T.
He's not, number one, he's not black.
Bit of the fool.
Mr. T.
A bit of the fool away.
Bit of the fool across me.
It's Mr. T.
You met him the week before last, so hopefully you remember him.
Mr.
He
T.
did. It's the same token.
Mr. T.
It's the same token. Oh dear. As you kind of knock on the door and you hear him, I go, come in, and you open door. If you two want to take a seat, I've got some paperwork here for you. Thanks for coming down so.
Yeah, that's okay, but have you not got a bigger office?
Oh, cutbacks, mate. Tell me about it. They've pumped me into this site little sodding place. The captain's taken the big office next door since he took over the precinct, mate. I mean, the office on my right, the commander sits in there. He's got a fucking bed in there or something.
Honestly.
Suppose it'll do.
Higher ups and all that.
Shut
the door will open.
Tell me about it. And he kind of pushes some paperwork across his table toward you.
What's this paperwork here? What do you want us to do?
If you have a quick leaf through, he starts describing how it's essentially just a witness statement. It's just got place for you to put all your details in, what you saw, what you were doing there, and basically how you were involved with the situation and for you to give your account of what happened, basically.
So we want to be as
So-
vague as possible
Totally up to you.
and put on
I mean,
the.
we basically saw nothing.
We
Right.
spotted a shape on the bridge.
Yeah.
As we
went up.
approached, we saw it was this body. As we then approached closer, we got attacked by a warforge. We defended ourselves, and then ascertained that it was the warforge that killed the gentleman on the bridge.
And we're trying to stop him from what looked like annihilating the body.
Yes, and mutilating.
And that's it.
And we understand that the warforge was into necrophilia or something. It's just it's all just thingy at the moment, just propaganda. I don't know, but
It's a gimp mask that gave it away.
Yeah, like the gimp mask that he had on.
That's what the word on the street is. Now you should know because you're sergeant, so you should know what's happening on the street.
Do you mention anything to do with the journal?
No.
With the
No.
the pouch that you found that had like the university symbol on?
We got.
Nope.
Oh, we gave him that though, didn't we?
Nothing.
We saw the journal, which we
Oh,
dutifully
that thing.
handed
Yeah,
over.
it's just a book.
You didn't handle the journal over. You still got it.
No, it was the
In that case,
backpack. It was the bag that we.
It's a satchel,
Yeah,
yeah.
satchel.
So we kept hold of the satchel, and I hid it on my person.
Correct.
Or gave it to Blaze.
Yeah, you had it on you. The satchel. You gave it.
Because we were giving thingy. We just took the satchel, didn't look in it at all, and then gave it over to the police as soon as we had secured it from the Warforge because we didn't know what was in it.
Okay. Okay. Oh yeah. That's what you're going to be putting down on the paperwork. You kind of pass it back over. Do you put all your personal details on it that you can at least account for? How much do you fill in?
My name is Frank Smith. Robot in.
Where do we say we're from?
A little place called
The sound will
Nonya.
be going weird on his end.
It's all right.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
cleared
So
up.
again, she said, "Where do you want to say you're from?"
Nonya.
A district, the business district, by any chance?
There you go.
I don't know where we're from.
Nonya. And it's a business district.
We're just okay. It's none of your business. So we're from. And we're just. I don't like titles.
Yeah, I'm not. So yeah, you'll fill in as much and hand the paperwork back over. It doesn't have a detail that you see it quickly, like leaf through it and make sure that you've filled in all the bits that you filled in. He doesn't read through it, and I see him kind of put it on his vast pile of parchment that he's got, like folders and files. You can see some like slates that look like they're enchanted with different kinds of readouts and things like that on there. You see him, he just adds it to the pile and puts them both together. He goes, "That's great. Thanks very much for your time. Is there anything I can help you with before you make your way?" And then he gestures towards the door.
No.
Yeah, just one thing. Well, two things really. Do you know anything about the guilds, the Clifftop Adventurers and the Deathgate guilds?
We've had a few dealings. They're quite confrontational with each other. They after they've had a few babies, they usually they can get a bit physical if they're in the same bars and things. So yeah, we've had to have a few dealings with that. But other than that, they generally keep to themselves. they're not into like illegal activities. If that's what you're getting at. Are you looking to join one?
I don't know yet. We're just scouting around,
If we were, which one would you recommend?
I mean that's personal preference, isn't it? Really. I mean the cliff top guilds, they serve your more high end clientele. You'll get your posh white likes going in there and asking for some I don't know some bloke came in and shot on my lawn or something. But the Deathgate guild. They deal with more down to earth, common kind of folk. So you might not get as well paid jobs there, but they sound more interesting jobs. But the more lucrative people, they'll be going to the Clifftop Guild for sure.
Yeah. The reward may be higher, but the work may be more boring and mundane. Okay.
I mean, that's just from the kind of stuff that we hear, when lads go, off duty and they're hanging out in the bars and taverns themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Just from what they hear. I don't personally know anyone from either of the guilds. They generally shy away from from the legal types, if you know what I mean. But as far as we're concerned, they don't break any laws
that you know of,
Okay.
that we know of, and that's all I need to know.
and that you care about. Are
Listen,
you
Paul,
paid
I've
off
got
by
more than
anyone,
enough
by any chance?
Say that again?
Do you get paid off by these people at all?
Give me an insight.
I'm not expecting an answer to that. 10. What was their thing?
Insight.
Insight. 9.
If you're suggesting that the Shan City Watch accepts bribes, sir, I think you'll find we're a most upstanding division of the constabulary, at least in my precinct. I can't speak for any of the other precincts, of course.
And that was the answer I would expect. You've passed. Thank you.
I mean, if you'd like to contribute to the constable's dance now. The
Yeah, we
police
won't take any more of your time, I don't
police-
think. You seem like a very busy gentleman.
No, absolutely. Like I said, thank you for coming down so promptly.
Yeah,
like
see you
I said,
later.
I wasn't
Bye.
expecting you to.
Can't get out.
No, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, when you open the door, if your icon's near the door,
Yeah.
just use the cursor keys instead.
I've shut it again. I shut it behind me.
Twat.
There you go.
You shut me in there.
That was on purpose.
Let me lock the door. You trip. What else you want to do for you?
Ooh.
Yeah, I want to open this door by accident. Oh, sorry. Oh, I thought this was the exit.
As you kind of open that door, you see that's basically like a break room. You can see there's another fella sat in there, leafing his way through the Shan Gazetteer, like a newspaper, and you can see there's like some drinks and some like breakfast pastries and stuff out on the table. Like, yeah, no worry, pal, don't worry about it. Close the door and way out.
Right, yeah. Oh, this is a nice place, isn't it?
So, I mean, it does the job. I know you sit down. Can I help you? Do you need some assistance? And he kind of leans over your shoulder and he goes, Frank, there's someone who needs hand over here. And you see one of like closest constables get up and start walking over. Goes, excuse me, sir.
It's fine. Don't worry. Let's go, Gareth.
All right, bye.
Sorry, wrong.
No worries. No worries. If you just kind of make your way over to the door over there, and he just gestures to that door at the end.
Right. So, what do you think that we should do? Do you think we should go to Death Gates, which is down dirty, or Clifftop, which is high posh, fancy,
High class.
and potentially boring?
It's potentially boring. It's just the jobs will be of a different kind.
You may get more pressure to solve those ones because it'll be higher caliber. I'd be more intrigued though. Might be more things that they want to keep quiet.
Yeah, but maybe the maybe the other one, the clifftop one, could be the doing things the right way, and then the Deathgate one doing things the wrong way. So you may get the same things
So
with
do
the
you-
Deathgate, just doing the wrong.
So do you want to try and find a bit more out about the guilds first before you make
Yeah,
a
how
decision?
do we do that?
It's up to you. There's libraries and things around. There's, you can ask people. You can search
Maybe like
around. There's
newspapers and stuff. Okay.
You know,
I
like
don't think we
in
can ask
I can't
receptionist
remember
guy, I
what
don't
game
think
it
we can
is.
ask, 'cause-
I don't know if it's Skyrim or not, or one of the other ones where there's essentially the same mission, but you approach it depending on which way you do. You approach it a different way. So if it was to do something within like a stately home or something, if you were with the good people in inverted commas, then you would go about it by, getting some noble clothes or whatever and going in that way. Whereas the other one would be to go in through the sewers and
Yeah.
do it
exactly. Do you want to go for the Adventurers Guild where there's going to be a lot of higher end, clients basically asking for stuff doing, or do you want to go for the guild where it's going to be more run of the mill people getting you to do stuff? But if you want to find things out, I'll say that all you generally need to do is you're already in like Upper Shan, where all the libraries and like information centers and things like that you'll be able to find. It's things are a lot more kind of organized in Shan, especially where it's a very kind of centralized because it's so vertical. It's not spread out. It's kind of spread out vertically instead. So everything's in a central area, but down. The higher up you go, the more you get to higher end stuff. If you find your way across to like one of the libraries or something like that, you'll be able to access one of like the little data slates and find out information on things like that. So you can definitely go and find out something about the guilds if that's what you do before you make a decision. So you head your way across to like one of the little information centers. You find out Clifftop Adventurers Guild was founded about 150 years ago by a dwarf named Shakal Coroner, who died during the last war. The current leader of the guild is Samara Summer Coroner, one of Shakal's descendants. Many of its members are veteran explorers of the continent of Tendrick. It's a guild for explorers and professional adventurers. It has a reputation for reliability and unity, but they have a strong rivalry with the Deathgate Adventurers Guild, which they class as less reputable. The Deathgate Adventurers Guild is older, was established about 200 years ago. The guild for adventurers and soldiers of fortune, a place for people with talent and courage to kind of hone their skills and enjoy the company of like-minded folk. They mostly served in the last war, a lot of the people that work at the Deathgate Guild. They have a very strong rivalry with the Clifftop Guild, and it's the Deathgaters that often start the fights with their counterparts, both in Shan and if they're out on adventures and encounter the other party. It's usually the Deathgate which will initiate fighting. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You know that the joining criteria for both guilds is similar. You have to get the approval of at least different numbers of members of the current guild, annual dues, and then you get access to like the guild house. Being able to chat with the fellow adventurers, all that kind of stuff. And you'll get different benefits depending on which guild you join.
we don't have to do any of that, do we?
No, this is all kind of set up for you. You just need to decide which one you want to approach.
Which one do you think?
So, choices.
We could just go odds and evens.
It's an evens, okay.
Okay, so which is odd? Death gates is odd. Cliff top is even.
Yep.
Ready?
Yep.
Shit.
Let's get.
Death gate is.
And if they ask, they would our first pick.
Absolutely, 100%.
There you go in death's
Wasn't
gate.
50-50 at all.
Right. Right, 2 seconds. Now that you've made your choice, I can change these. Okay, kill. There we go. So in your journal, you can now also see detail inches. You start making your way down towards the Grey Embers Tower in the Death's Gate district in Middle Tavix London in Shan. It's maybe a 45 minutes, hour trek down there. As you make your way down, you're getting towards, like late morning, a bit before lunch now. And as you approach it, you can see towering above the busy streets, you can see the Deathgate Adventurers Guild, an enormous structure that draws all the attention away from its surroundings. It appears it may be dwarven originally in design, this tower. You can see flocks of birds circling the building, passing by the myriad of extensions placed kind of haphazardly on the dome, as well as the bodies of like apprentice wizards you can see outside, rushing towards whatever destinations they might have. You can see some adventurers, young and old, passing you by. Some you can hear swapping stories, while there's others holding up their recently acquired trophies in triumph, often to the applause of like the little commoners kind of passing by. Laughs can be heard by adventurers sharing a meal inside, as others hastily scribble notes referencing ancient tomes. As you approach the entrance, you can see the stone doors are held open, flanked by 2 iron warforged that appear to be welcoming you all into a life of adventure. You go in?
Yeah.
Okie so as you step through, there is an elaborate entrance with granite floors, statues of great heroes carved in marble lining the main hall. You can see there's a reception desk. Looks like it's where like newcomers, and you can see that there's people going over, accepting bits of parchment, handing bits of parchment over. This is potentially where like quests are given out and accepted, that kind of thing, for the the paperwork side of stuff. You can see just off to the side, there's like little side offices. You can hear a couple of people in there talking to someone. It sounds like they're trying to pitch a quest that they want someone to do for them, that kind of thing. At the front desk, you can see that there is a female gnome sat there with a small little name placard that's kind of enchanted to project the name in like a little 3D display above the placard. It says Geraldine Tarlian. And she looks quite tall for a gnome. You see when she stands up to adjust things on a desk and sits back down again. Quite a youthful appearance, wavy brown hair. When she looks up as you kind of approach the desk, there's piercing blue eyes with a little pair of those nose spectacles that she's looking over. She looks like she dresses quite well. She's looks like she looks after herself.
Okay.
Mm. What do you do?
So we're gonna go up to the desk.
Yep, she's eyeballing you as you approach, kind of thing.
Hello.
So, afternoon, Lady Tiefling. May I be of any assistance?
Yes, we've come to join.
Come to join. That's quite a bold statement to just approach the desk and
You
state. May I ask your reasons for wishing to join the Deathgate Guild?
Well, we rolled it. No.
We picked you over other one.
And I push in front and I go, wealth, riches, and adventure.
3 fine reasons, my young man. May I please see your references?
Who's dropped the name?
Lady Kenneth.
Yeah.
And she leans over and you see her rifle through a few sheets of paper, and then she pulls out 2 pieces of parchment. Do me a perception checks, both of you. Passes 12, isn't it, for both of you two?
Yes, but I just got 16.
7.
7. That's fine. Gareth notices one of the sheets of parchment she brings over has a picture of you both on. Actor, you can see that there's a considerable amount of writing on both the sheets of parchment about you both, but you can't quite, it's not there long enough for you to see what it is. There's already quite a lot of information on it, though.
Okay.
And you see her pull it straight over to her, and she goes, I've been expecting you. Good to see that you've arrived. And you see her check like a little pocket watch, and she goes, nice and early. If you could just proceed through, take the elevator up to the 2nd floor. I believe Maribel will be expecting you. She can issue any documentation you require. Welcome to the Deathgate Adventures Guild. And she kind of sits back and immediately starts doing something else with some different paperwork.
Thank you very much.
I ask when do we get the uniforms?
Uniforms.
Yeah, do it.
Oh, you're a funny one. You're a funny one, Mr. Glamour Blade. Please continue upstairs.
No sorting hat, no nothing, no.
Oh, Garrett, and I just grab him by the head.
If you want a saving campaign, that's basically Hogwarts. Cool. So you make your way over towards the. You can see another one of the similar elevators as the one in the police station that you saw, little arcane lift sort of thing. As you make your way over there, you can hear like there's several other people in little side offices, pitching different quests and things that they want people to go out and do for them, that kind of thing. Step onto the lift and it slowly ascends to the next floor, where you step out onto the what is a little brass nameplate as you step out called Adventuring HQ. Oh, right. I know you can't get a staff. I'm sorry. Apologies.
Hit the right DM.
English is so low on this laptop. It's a bit mark up.
Tools.
I mean, I do my best. That's done. There we go. You can see tables are scattered about where there appear to be adventuring parties gathered. You can see there's wanted posters filling the walls, covering beast removal, capturing ne'er-do-wells, all that kind of stuff. You can tell this is essentially where the magic happens. This area is filled to the brim with adventurers looking for quests, turning them in. You can see there's a board set up over towards the left where it looks like there's just general jobs that have been posted rather than specific things that are going to get handed out to specific parties and that kind of thing. You can see there's a tall female woman with long brown hair wearing studded leather armor behind one of the counters over where actors stood, basically.
I'm just walking through going, hello, fellow Death Watchers. Hello.
You see a few of them kind of look in your direction and give you a friendly nod. You get like a little halfway from some of them. You can see they all seem to be fairly engaged in what they're discussing about how they're going to, approach the quest, what supplies they'll need, all that kind of stuff.
In fact, can I have a look at this? I want to have a look at this board.
Lots of general stuff about, like I said, beast removal. There's a couple of wanted posters up there about people that have basically, tripped bail, all that kind of stuff. Lots of general quest on there at the minute. Nothing in particular catches your eye.
TR. So I bang on the table. Got barkeep.
Yeah. It's not a bar. That's at the other
I
side.
know.
As you kind of bang the bar, she whips her head round. You can see that she looks quite not battle scarred. You know what I mean? You can tell she's seen some stuff.
Yeah.
She kind of takes a couple of steps away from the desk that she's stood at. Walks over towards you guys. She says, Geraldine said you'd be on your way up. I believe you've already had the entrance criteria fulfilled by House Kenneth, if I'm to believe correctly. It must have had some hefty string pulling done on your behalf.
Or just already amazing adventuring.
Not string pulling. That would be, actually doing things, which is a prerequisite to. We would have easily passed any test that you would have given us.
Interesting. People of action makes a refreshing change. You get lots of young groups just wanting to join the guild and thinking it's going to be a cakewalk. But I think it remains to be seen what you're made of. But I'm happy to hear you're at least willing to get stuck in.
Yeah, as much as I do like cake, I don't.
Yes, I actually I'm gluten intolerant, so no cakes for me, thank you. And dairy.
And dairy.
Not walking it, thank you.
And she kind of reaches across from like a little side storage area and slides two of card over towards you guys. If you want to check your inventory, you'll both have Adventurers Guild membership cards now.
Is it a good picture?
I can show you the pictures. This is to go in your actual inventory, but
Adventurer Guild members card.
That's actors. And that's Gareth. Hey, I can do all this shit now. It's all kicking off now.
Have we signed that?
Yeah, I'm going to say I ready to get a
yes.
signature.
For you to fill in.
I'd love it if they just give you one and it's already signed and go, yeah, we're already taking care of it.
Yeah, there's
Nice.
a small little quill next to the desk for you to put your own signatures on there.
Nice. Thank you much, Leigh.
And now that you're official members, and you see she kind of has already got a hand on a scroll, and she slides it over towards you.
Oh, okay.
Take it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So as you kind of scroll, you'll see. Come on, when it opens for me. So, essentially, House Lyrander have commissioned a new version of a skyship. You've seen some elemental airships flying around above Shan. Same kind of premise as the train. They harness different kinds of elementals, which they then use to not only power the ship, but also propel it around and make it hover. There's specific kinds of woods that they use, which are incredibly light and all this sort of stuff. But House Lyrander have come up with a new kind of engine, and this is the maiden voyage of this new airship. They want some security, basically. The house is hiring a quick security job, and they want someone to just have a detail on the airship's maiden voyage to make sure everything goes smoothly. Because if this, maiden ship gets to destination and returns, kind of thing, this is big money for House Lyrander now. Because the airship monopoly is owned basically by a very small group that produce the wood, harness the elementals, all this kind of stuff. If they've got a new engine, then they can break this monopoly. So it could be like enormously lucrative, and they want someone to basically just do a security detail.
Quite fancy going on an airship.
You're featherfall, aren't you? So you're all right.
There's no indication that there should be any kind of sabotage or anything like that. They literally just want someone to make sure this goes smoothly, because this is going to be worth a lot of money.
Walk. What could possibly go wrong?
Just one question. How high do those ships go?
Well, as high as they want. There's no ceiling limit. They can go all the way up to wherever's safe, where you can still breathe the air.
Don't like heights.
You're not feeling this.
But we will. I'm sure if there's a lot of money to be made, then if the success of the thing will go, we will be paid handsomely for making it go.
Not just that, you'll also be in debt by Randa for getting the maiden voyage sorted out, kind of thing.
They will be in debt to us.
Which could be like more work coming their way, your way from them, that kind of thing. You've got to remember all of the big Dragomac houses are like big power players in Eberron. And if you piss one off, then that'll impact what happens with regards to that house and how the other houses might react to that kind of thing. So yeah, she slides it over. You have a quick read through it, and she kind of keeps an eye on you when she can see that you've finished reading your way through it. She says, "Is there anything you'll need before you get on your way? The airship is scheduled to leave tomorrow morning. I believe it's mid-morning, but you can check the details."
Yes, is there a place you can buy a parachute?
I'm sure there'll be some potions of featherfall,
and a sick bag.
Oh, you are so... Come on, Gareth.
Delicate stomach, Mr. Glamorblade. That's an interesting proposition.
I'm gonna pull him to one side and say, Gareth, I've spent the last 3 days in a freaking sewer. I would quite like to
I forgot about that.
For a change. Being above the sewers would be really nice.
Yeah, but all I was doing was casting prestidigitation of like strawberries and stuff under my nose.
Mend your broken bones, don't you worry. I'm sure nothing. There's not even any sabotage. This is going to be a piece of piss. Trust me.
Of course. What could go wrong?
So, basically, where you're back to this is like your little hub, where you'll be, coming from the west and the main, all that kind of stuff. If you want to just hang out and relax and see what other adventures come and go, all that kind of stuff, this is where the actual members are allowed to hang out. That no one else that doesn't have a kind of a membership card is allowed past this point.
Like members only club.
This is it, yeah. Like if you go any further through, there's like a nice little private area you can sit down, and there's a big area up at the top where they keep some of the more secretive gear and stuff, where they don't want the public to catch wind of and stuff. There's also like a magical globe which is set further up, which if you kind of peek round the corner of her desk, you'll be able to see up on the platform in the distance. There's like a representation of Eberron kind of slowly spinning round, which you can see has got all of the different continents on, and you can see like where all the different adventurers guild locations are all set up, all that kind of stuff. And there's like a little private bar bit on the opposite desk from where she's sat, where you can see like adventurers just keep going up and tapping the keg, getting a drink for themselves, going and sitting down, that kind of thing. So what she also handed over with your adventurers cards was what you get with joining the guild. You can stay at the guild hall. The room is basically comparable to a comfortable inn, but it only costs you about 5 silver a day to stay in it, and it's all you get food, board, showers, all that kind of stuff. Dues, you have to pay 15 golds annually 15 gold pieces it costs to be a member.
Have
So
we-
you
do we
need
need
to
to pay
hand
that
that
now?
over. Yeah, that needs to be handed over.
I'll pay that now.
That'll be Geraldine at the front desk that you'd pay that to. So we can say that on your way back, you know, you hand it over, sort of thing. So make sure you strike that off your money.
How much is that? 5
these
silver, did you say?
15 gold each.
15 gold?
Yeah,
I'll pay for it.
that's all right. 150
Well.
quid.
I'll pay for it.
That's all right. I'm taking it off. I'll throw it at him.
Good job. Don't assault Geraldine. You find out she's like some
Level
cursed
20.
character. Destroys the guild hall. The ancient red dragon. So yeah, your 15 gold is basically to fund all the guild services, activities, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Go. Can I just ask this woman here behind the counter? If there was an adventurer that joined recently, that cat shifter guy, you know, who were on the train, Callum or whatever his name is, or Gallum, Talon. Did he join?
She's not at liberty to divulge members, but if you want to, if you want to submit a formal inquiry, you know, basically you can do that through Geraldine, and if it's information that you're allowed access to, then they'll get it to you.
Because he said he was going. He wanted to join adventurers, and I was just interested in which one he joined.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And do they allow pets?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You might have noticed like some of the adventures that are coming and going, they have like little familiars or pets and things with them. Some of the more magically inclined ones might have like a little familiar or something with them as well. So in the little kind of like little arcane thing, which will kind of, you can scroll through like a little iPad sort of thing, which just brings up basic descriptions of everything that's going on in the guild. So, you know, you can use it for referrals, so the guild can recommend hired services. You know, if you need anything specific, they can recommend on like drawing on other guild members' experiences to provide like, you know, hirelings, any information that you need to find out. You can put in a request and then they can try and find the information out for you, that kind of thing. Storage, the guild can store items for you. It'll allow you to secure things in their vaults. There's potentially like bags of holding and things like that, you know, if you need to put something in an extra dimensional space, if it's dangerous, that kind of thing, you don't want to put it somewhere where it could blow up or all like that. So the layout of the guild hall, which is in your notes now, but I'll just quickly run down through for you. So the subfloor, below the floor that you come in, is the vault. That is where all the guild valuables and other goods that you want protected. It's off limits to all guild members apart from people given explicit access. There are 2 Warforged which guard the vaults, and there's also a House Kundarak dwarf who actually runs and maintains the inventory, called Gavel de Kundarak. The entrance hall where you came in, you've already seen, that's where Geraldine works, the receptionist essentially. The floor that you're on basically is classed as an adventure, where you'll speak with Maribel Bron, handing questing, taking the details, that kind of stuff. The next floor up is the mess hall, essentially where you can go for, you know, meals if you want to just go and chill out and stuff. If you don't want to just hang out in the adventuring area, if you want to just go and have a sit down, have something to eat, something to drink, you can head up to the mess hall, and there's always like food on the go and stuff. Part of your guild fees goes towards making sure that there's, you know, food and drink and stuff always prepped for you.
We should do that before we leave.
Yeah, you can head up to there if you want.
Yeah.
You can go to the mess hall.
Yeah. We'll try to sit with some people and goss.
So yeah, mess hall, mostly comprised of one huge chamber lit by eternal flames, and you can see it surrounded by paintings of adventurers that look like they're fallen in the last war. You know when you see like inside Oxford and stuff like that, and you see like all the big portraits of old professors and alumni and all that kind of stuff, that's the sort of impression you get. There's all the previous old members have either fallen in battle or they gave a big contribution to something, all kind of around on the walls. You can see there's a large kitchen sort of tucked away, which if you kind of look through the little archway to it, it looks like it's multi-level. You can see that there's like chefs working tirelessly, bringing food out and taking it away and that kind of stuff. You can see that the meals that have finished, kind of the plates levitate up themselves and get sent off through like a small hatchway. And if any of you kind of peek through, you can see there's a couple of mage rights that look like they're just constantly trying to cast, like, telekinesis and mage hand and stuff, constantly doing this, so there's not people constantly running through and bringing food out and taking it away, sort of stuff. But every now and again you still hear there's like a little accident where a plate will smash into someone and break, sort of stuff. Accidents, still do happen. You know that on this floor in your little welcome pack, essentially, is Calmia Dilgalanda, a little female halfling. Same house as the Broken Anvil was House Galanda as well, so it's the same kind of halflings. She serves as the head chef. Every now and again you'll see her kind of poke her head out of the kitchen. Short, tan skin, you can see there's freckles all over her face, curly black hair. You can see that there's like a very thin veil of patience just about to break on her face. You can see that she's kind of just keeping it in check. She's just registering, and she might kill everyone, that kind of expression. But she looks friendly enough. She's not doing the whole Ramsay shouting at everyone. Everyone seems to be getting on with what they need to do without her being too overly involved. You can see that she's wearing like a cut-off chef's gown, so her arms are bare. And you can see that on her left shoulder. Can you both give me a perception check? See what you can see of it.
My passive to a 12.
Okay.
8.
Passives. There's a strange mark, almost like a tattoo, on her shoulder. You can't make out what it is. She's too far away, and it's too quick a glance. So as you go and sit down, get yourself something to eat, something to drink, you might be sit with other people that are kind of passing through. Everyone seems not overly friendly, but no one's being particularly unpleasant. Everyone seems to get on. That's in there, like little clicky groups that you can see immediately or anything like that. So you sit down, get yourself something to eat, something to drink. Looking through the rest of your welcome back, you can see the next floor is the Hortical Studies, where all of the magically inclined professors are. There's an alchemy lab fully equipped, practice room for practicing spells and learning, arcane arts and things. Also a collection of magical dummies, so you can practice spells and things like that without worrying about causing too much damage. It's like little sealed off demi-planes in there. Next floor up is the Hall of Martial Prowess for martial training. There's archery ranges, arenas, gyms, all that kind of stuff. Next floor up is the library. That is maintained by hired mage rights. You can see that essentially you go up there, you'll ask for a book, they will fetch the book using like mage hand and stuff like that, so they don't have people wandering around accessing things that they're not allowed to look at. There's a strict policy of only 3 books allowed out at once, but it's a free service for all guild members. There are 5 levels in the library, each representing different subjects. There's fiction, history, trades, sciences, and miscellaneous. 2 librarians, a head and an assistant librarian. The next floor up is where all the guild services and offices are. There's House Civis provides translation, communication if you need to send messages to anywhere else in Eberron, legal services if you need any legal services, but they are extra. And that's also where the HR department is. Concerns or complaints. Next floor is the trophy room. Floor above that is the novice quarters. So this is basically where if you wanted accommodation, this is where you'd potentially be staying, short term. Next floor up is the journeyman quarters. So there's only sort of 50 of these rooms. This is where the more established members are allowed to stay. They've kind of made a bit of a name for themselves. They get a bit nicer quarters, that kind of thing. And the next 2 floors are the senior quarters for the top end people, and then the guild leaders' offices at the very top, which is the current head of the Deathgate Guild is Cash Blackaxe Droranath, a male dwarf. So there you go, and then there's just a quick rundown of all the different NPCs, which you can look at through the notes whenever you can be bothered. But that's the quick run through of the Deathgate Adventurers Guild. So you can get yourself something to eat, a drink, and have a bit of a chill out for the rest of the day, whatever you'd like to do
Yeah.
before you get yourself set up and ready to head off tomorrow morning. So what would you like to do for the rest of the day?
I would like to sit at a table with some other people and just kind of get a feel for the, hey, we're new and how long have you been here?
It was a straight charisma roll then, please.
Who are you talking to? Charisma. Ooh, okay, I will do a very charismatic 19.
19, absolutely. Again, you seem quite novel in as much as you don't notice any other tieflings up here. So simply that is enough to draw like the attention of a few of them, because a lot of these people are here to explore new things, to find strange items, meet different races, all that kind of stuff. So you immediately draw the attention of a few of the different groups who'll come, will kind of sit around and talk with you, describe to you some of the little adventures and things that they've had, similar kind of stuff as what you've been through. None of them have fought like massive demons or huge dragons or anything like that. But yeah, you managed to get the feel that the groups of people that are kind of passing through, these are your kind of people. They're nice guys. There's a couple of cocky people, but you get like a lot of it's people are there to make a name for themselves. You've got to have a bit of clout about you if you want to come and do this kind of job. You can't be a shrinking violet kind of person if you're going to come and do this sort of job. So there's a bit of like one-upmanship, and you can tell there's a few of them are kind of over-exaggerating the size of the fish, that kind of thing. But yeah, you managed to get a good feel for the group, and there's a few of the different adventurers kind of show you their adventurers cards so you can get the names and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Ask you to know if you ever come through one there and come and have a drink with them and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, you managed to make a good impression.
Cool.
And then I step up. So I want to have a look at the at the wall. It's got all the people in the wall, all the pictures, and then I cast minor illusion of my image on the wall, and I just stand there looking at it, going,
underneath it.
You just seeing how it feels, Gareth. When you're truly great.
Yeah.
Just there.
But mine's bigger than the other ones.
You can see there's a half-orc kind of sat over in the corner, which actor's already been introduced to. He's called Trag, and you hear him kind of belly laughing and pointing over towards Gareth and going, "Preempting his own death. I like the look of this guy."
I'm just looking to see how it fits.
Yeah, the one thing these people have in common, Gareth, they're all dead, I would have thought.
You're like a little ripple of laughter going around the room.
I'm not the smartest person.
Oh dear, but yeah, no one seems offended. Everyone seems to be in on the joke. They all quite like it. Anything else you'd like to do for the day? It's getting towards kind of mid-late afternoon now. You've had a good meal. You've had a good chinwag. You've had probably a bit of a wander around just all the different places you can have a look at because you've got free reign. Other than the floors where you've got restricted access, you've got free reign of the whole tower, which you can and you can go and check out what the rooms look like if you want to stay.
I want to go to up to the bit where the spells are, where the dummies and stuff, and I just want to see what type of spells that they're casting.
Oh, okay.
If it's at the same level of what I do, because this, as you said before, this isn't like a massively magical place, is it?
Absolutely, it's not super magical. There's you noticed on your way in there was a few kind of like apprentice wizards and stuff, flying around on like rooms and things like that.
A lot of things is mage hand and
there's a lot of people using cantrippy stuff. Seems to be the theme of a lot of the stuff that you've seen. Like a lot of the mage rites are essentially kind of really good at their profession, but they have enough magical ability to kind of augment what they're doing. So like for example, I've got an example, let's have a think. like a lamplighter, for example. Someone would go around to make sure like the eternal lights were still going. They'd be able to, cast continual flame and stuff like that. Rather than constantly having to replace like arcane crystals and things, they can just recharge the crystal themselves and then keep going. But there's no one going to be dropping a fireball and things like that.
Just like until Gareth have turned up.
Until
when
Gareth
he's about
turns up,
in the practice room dropping fireball.
Yeah, they're essentially like working class minor mages, or a lot of the mage rights. But in the actual practice bit that you'll see. There'll be a couple of like low level wizards in there. So,
Because what I did want to do is go in the room and then see what they're doing, and then kind of upstage them a little bit. And start firing off like magic missiles and Tasha's caustic brew, stuff like that. But then I looked at my wild surge counter and it's currently at 9.
So you're just going to use cantrips, then, is what you say?
And judging by what I've currently been rolling, I've got a feeling if I just fire off a cheeky level 3 spell, maybe my mild surge would go off.
I'll say they
burn the entire building down.
Yes.
The vast number of spells that you see when you're up there are things like the most powerful stuff you kind of see while you're up there having a quick nosy. Things like burning hands. You see a few of them like casting featherfall to make sure that they can cast it so they don't injure themselves dropping. You see a few of them doing like magic missile. A couple of them like practicing mage armor, and then someone else doing an attack to make sure that it's working, and then they can cast shield as like the reaction to that. All like kind of level 1-ish kind of spells. You can see them all. Is like pretty much the highest stuff you see in there.
Whether it's worth just a cheeky, like a fire off a web or something.
It's up to you.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, we're gonna, because the only level 3 spells that I've got is Thunderstep and Fireball, and I don't really want to do them any damage.
Yeah, which is fair.
But web, I could fire at the dummy or something.
Go for it.
Yeah, so I'll, as I'm walking past, I'll see them doing stuff, and I'll just give a little chuckle, and then just casually just fire off a web.
Accidental fireball.
Yeah. I'll just fire off a web at the thing, and I go, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that."
Yeah. Oh, do apologise.
And just to gauge the reaction, and then I'll do my wild surge, which was lucky because it's 13. So it didn't go off.
Didn't go off this time.
So 10.
So yeah, absolutely. You see a couple of them that are kind of side eyeing you. They look pretty impressed at the spell, and you see one of them kind of shout across the room from the other side, where you can see he's currently practicing mage armor. You can see he hasn't quite nailed it yet. Like the incantation that he's trying to do, he's getting a bit of the gesture wrong as he's doing it, kind of thing. He's like, hey buddy, what's I've not seen this one before. What's this like strange kind of netting spell you got going on here? What's this?
It's just a little spell that I know. It's called web. It's basically you just fire off some sticky substance.
Okay.
You may have found this out, in your youth or something. I don't know, but and it stops people in the tracks really and just restrains them. It's pretty good as an area of effect to keep hold of people.
Yeah, I can see there's some good coverage over there, pal. Did it take long to learn? Was it I mean, what we're talking here? How did you learn it?
I don't learn. I don't learn.
You're one of those like sorceress fellows, right?
Correct. Yes. Yeah. It just comes natural,
Mate, you see me and Bowcast over here. We're both more like the wizard types. We've got to sit down and learn this shit. It's studious fellas, man. It's hard work. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
you're the intelligent type, as I like to call them.
I mean, I won't go that far, but I make do. I make do.
Intelligent than me.
Oh, don't forget you both got inspiration 'cause it's a new session as well.
Oh yeah.
So you managed to make a good impression on the few kind of mage types that are up there practicing spells and stuff, and those two lads come over and have a little chinwag with you about the differences between wizarding magic and sorceress magic, that kind of thing, and how jealous they are that you can just innately learn stuff, but how much of a pain it must be not being able to, like, every day they can check through their spell book, decide what spells they want to kind of practice that day. You're kind of stuck to a certain extent with what you can innately cast, and how that must suck for you.
It is, but you make do, and you have to adjust and make good of what you've got.
I like it.
And if I had to choose every day, I'd forget anyway. So it's easier this way. Put it that way.
Just knowing them.
Yeah. And then I point out, going, what's that thing that you've got there? And looking, and it's their spell book. And I go, what's that?
Oh, yeah. As he kind of like lifts like the tome out from the strap that he's got on his belt, he goes, "This was my grandfather's spell book. Actually, he passed it down to me. I mean, I had to completely rewrite it. I couldn't make head nor tail of any of the incantations he had. But yeah, it's a bit of a family heirloom."
There's nothing I can gather from it, is there? I can't do anything with it, can I?
You can see that each of the pages have got different variations of spells, and some of them you might recognize, kind of thing. But it's essentially like magic shorthand. So what they've written down, you might not even be able to make head nor tails of it.
When I look at it and go, I'm so glad I don't have to deal with any of this stuff. And then I just walk away. And then I just go, if you need any help with anything, then just let me know, and I'll try and help if I can.
Yeah, same, buddy. If you ever need a hand on any of your spells, and he kind of like gives it a half smirk, knowing that you're already vastly more powerful than he is magic wise. Just give me a hand. Everyone needs a little hand now and again, right?
I was being polite when I was saying that. And I tell him that. I tell him I was being polite.
Listen to me, you little shit. Yeah. So anywhere else you want to visit in the tower, having a little wander around?
While he was in the magic room,
Yeah.
I went to try to see if there was like a gym or a meditation room.
Above the marsh, the Wizarding Flowers Clan.
And I'm going to go do some meditation.
Ooh, totally. Okie doke.
Or pray, if that's what you're saying.
I mean, whatever you class it as.
Exactly.
Meditation. It's a personal thing, isn't it?
Same difference.
Okie dokie.
And because she's done that for more than 5 minutes, her AC goes up to 20.
Well, unfortunately, that only lasts for a minute.
It's worth a try.
No, I like it, absolutely. As you're up there, you notice a few of the other, kind of more martial types practicing on, the dummies and things at the side rooms. But yeah, you can absolutely make your way off to one of the smaller kind of side areas. It's not quite a chapel, but you can tell that it's set aside for reflection and all that kind of stuff.
Usually like mixed prayer room.
Like mixed faith room, that kind of thing. But yeah, you can absolutely go and meditate.
I've just got to do a little bit of meditation and stuff.
Absolutely. And there any kind of specific deities are on?
Afterwards, I'm sat there with Patcher, and I cast Mage Hand to throw a ball.
And he kind of watches the ball, and then looks back at you.
And then I get Mage Hand to get it, and then I do Shocking Grasp on the ball, and then throw it again.
You seem to go belting after the ball.
And then I do that for a bit.
And you see him like bounding back over towards you.
Oh no, you poor dog. Oh. Any particular anything fire? I'm gonna say she's very because she's infernal language and fire damage and stuff. It's very fire. If there's any fire gods or anything.
Oh, okay. So, if you stop by the library at any point, just to get a quick idea of Eberron, or if you've spoken to any of the many random people you've already met, you know that the world of Eberron contains 7 continents. Primarily, most of the things happen on Corvair. It's the most populated continent that you're on at the minute. Humans, the most populous race, living in the area known as the 5 Nations, which is where you are now. All the different continent information we can go over at a different point. Eberron is the name for the world that you're on, but it's also referred to as the Dragon Between because their world mythos, their like world history, is that there were 3 dragons: Eberron, Cyberus, and Kyber. Eberron was known as the Dragon Between. Cyberus is the dragon above, which is given to the rings which surround the planet, which you can see in the sky at all times. And Kyber is known as the Dragon Below, and he's known basically as like the underworld and the Underdark and all that kind of stuff. And according to like their creation myth, the world was formed when those 3 progenitor worms changed into what they are now because Cyberus and Kyber fought, which led to Cyberus's body being broken into all the pieces, which you can see, and they're the rings which are in the sky. To stop Kyber from doing any more damage, Eberron wrapped around him, and he became the world, and that's why Eberron's the planet, and Cyberus's broken body are the rings, and Kyber is the center where all the demons and things live in the middle of the world, which is enclosed by Eberron, which is protecting everyone from him. That's their kind of progenitor myth. But their religion is called the Sovereign Host, where there's all these different deities which kind of look after all the different aspects of the world. The one which you might closely relate to is known as Onatar. He's the deity of fire and forge. He's referenced by smiths, craftsmen, dwarves, like artificers especially, but there's even a small proportion of warforged which kind of gravitate towards him because he's in charge of creation and giving things life and stuff like that. And in legend, he's the one who introduced tools and weapons to the mortal races, and he continues to encourage people to improve them. Well, that's why artificers kind of gravitate towards him because they're constantly inventing things, augmenting stuff, all that kind of thing. So yeah, I'll say that while you're kind of meditating, you get like a little bit of internal reflection of things to do with Onatar and Fire and Forge and the artificers and things like that.
Okay. And then as I've maybe do that, then I do go up to the library to see, get information about the city and where we are and the thingy because we still don't know why we're here. So I try to have a look at maybe. I'm assuming that they'd have newspapers or anything like that about anything that just get a feel for the city, just to try see why we were maybe brought here.
Well, the city itself, Shan, was built on Old Shan, which is the much earlier original settlement, which I need to double check. I can't remember. I think it might have been Orcs, the original settlement, but I'll double check that. It's a really old place called Old Shan, and on the map you'll notice that region is off limits. You're not allowed to go into that part of the city. It's like super in the depths and the bowels of the city that New Shan has now been built upon, which rises up into the sky. It's built around a very specific region of kind of magical confluence where essentially where like in Faerun you've got all the different planes, haven't you, that you can access, like Feywild and Shadowfell and all that kind of stuff. In Theros it's all kind of, there's just like one plane, and you kind of access, like, heavens are kind of already there, and the Underdark's kind of already there, and it's all intermingled. In Eberron, all the different moons, I think there's 13 moons, they reflect all of the different planes. And just because of how magic works in Eberron and it being so weird and messed up, now and again a part of the planes will kind of drift across part of Eberron, and you'll get like a confluence where that plane will exist on Eberron at the same time.
Okay.
Part of where Shan is, there is a specific kind of magical influence, and that's how they can build so tall and things don't collapse on themselves or fall over and stuff. There's a very specific magical property which happens in Shan, which makes building so vertically into the sky possible. But yeah, you can get access to all the different name towers, all of the different things that are in each of the towers. It's publicly known knowledge, all that kind of stuff, which we can go through at any point. If there's anything you want to specifically find, I can tell you where in Shan to go to find that kind of thing. So yeah, you can definitely spend some time getting some information on Shan as well.
So I get all of that, but I don't. No, I still
Why
don't know
you're
why I'm
here?
here.
You're not sure.
Yeah, I still don't know. But happily, I've picked up some information on
No, no,
this a little
absolutely.
bit. I have no idea.
No, in a minute.
Could we ask anybody and describe that thing that brought us here?
Ziggy.
Ziggy, yeah. Could we ask anyone if they've ever seen anything like that?
And absolutely, yeah. Your description of him is just a run-of-the-mill Warforged. Nothing particularly stand out about him, other than that he had that small device that he did something with, which then allowed you to plane shift over to Eberron.
Do we start telling people about this, Paul?
No.
Maybe we were in Theros. Yeah.
No, because I've got a feeling I didn't actually realize that it was probably a Warforge. That maybe it's the big bad Warforge.
Oh, the Blades guy.
Blades.
Or maybe it's someone from another faction that are trying to beat the guy of Blades.
Well,
Yeah,
you know that the Lord of Blades is a male kind of persona Warforged. He's about 100 years old, as legend goes. A mysterious and messianic Warforged military and religious leader based in the Mournland. He commands a militant Warforged cult known as the Blades, and is the nearest thing to the ruler in the Mournland. That is all anyone knows about him publicly. But yeah, if you ask anyone about about Ziggy and describe him and kind of what happened, but maybe not where you were from, just that he appeared, did a thing.
We were on a different place, and then it brought us here.
Exactly. No, he did a thing, and then you suddenly got teleported from where you were to the train station, basically, and he gave you a ticket and went, there you go, get on the. That's all sort of thing. You'll get a few people a bit confused as to why you just randomly follow this guy. But the fact that, how much do you tell them? Do you tell them the actor had died and all this kind of stuff, or do you just does anyone know this guy? Is that what you were kind of trying to get at?
Yeah, just if anyone's ever heard of anything like that, or I don't want to give them too much information.
Yeah, it was just weird how he turned up and suddenly he'd go and we were a bit, what? And then suddenly, oh crap, the train's there. Okay. Because we didn't even know where we were, so we figured at least the train will go towards a city. So that'd be the best place for us to go, rather than bits.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, well, actually, we didn't know where we were or what we were doing, and he just was a bit weird.
Right. So that's how you spend the rest of your day, basically. So where do you want to stay the night? Do you want to head back to Broken Anvil? There's plenty of other taverns. Do you want to stay here? Where do you want to go?
Do you think we can stay here?
Yeah, we might as well.
the balloon? Early afternoon.
No, morning.
Where's the balloon going to head off to from?
I will bring that up.
Yeah, it might be an idea to stay near there. Just sleeping.
Yeah.
All right, okie dokie. So if I bring up the map. So it's going to be in the upper wards. Let's see how far away you will be. I know it's in Pinnacles in the Temple District where you can set off from. So you can get off from Deathgate, go basically straight up a layer, and then head north. It shouldn't be too long, maybe half hour, 40 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Not too
We
far.
can stay here then.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So yeah, you go down and check in with Geraldine. Let her know that you'd like to stay here for the night.
Pay our dues.
Pay your dues, absolutely. If you would like to pay passes each for the rooms.
Fs. You want me to pay for your room?
Yeah, go on then.
Shocker.
I'm going to part with cash.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So yeah, and they're quite comfortable, not particularly expensive, but it's a bed. You get to have like your evening meal and stuff in the mess hall. Spend your night in there. There's facilities to go get yourself cleaned up, all that kind of stuff if you want. Fresh linen, all that kind of stuff. And you have a comfortable night's sleep. So following morning, you wake up. You want like an alarm call or anything like that?
That would be sweet. We're not set captured up as like an alarm call.
Yeah, does he have a sense of time?
Has he got like a,
Someone want to try?
has he got like a
No, because he'll probably electrocute you. Not falling for that one.
Let's try.
You wake up with him round your throat.
Is there not an app for that? Okay.
No, we'll go for the old-fashioned wake-up call.
So yeah, following morning, you get woken up nice and early. You get a bit of time to, wake up, get yourself cleaned up if you need to, go get something to eat before you head out. Looks a bit more of a mixed morning. You see there's a few clouds kind of blowing in from over on the coast, but you can see the sun's just trying to start peeking its way through. So let's move you on. So as you get across to moving up from the middle ward into the upper wards, you eventually make your way up and stand at the very top of one of the tallest towers, pretty much about a mile from the ground floor. Before you, floating just off the side of the tower, is a massive airship. It's among the largest that you've seen so far, floating around above Sham. You're here because you accepted the job, providing security and protection for the maiden voyage of House Lysander's newest airship, the Storm.
Is it full of helium? Is it hydrogen?
Hydrogen.
We're gonna die. We're all gonna die. I'm just gonna tell you that we're all gonna die.
You can see that the airship doesn't appear to have the elemental ring around it or the binding struts that you've seen on all of the other airships, and you know that that's required because that's what holds the elemental in place and allows them to utilize it. It's unclear how it could fly without such a means of propulsion. You ponder this as you make your way towards the ship. As you approach, you notice a Korovar woman with blonde, tied-back hair who is wearing a smart blue suit, bearing the coat of arms of House Lyrander. She waves to you. You must be the security team. I'm First Mate Kara. It's lovely to meet you all.
Hi, yeah, yes we are. Nice to meet you too.
Indeed.
I just stand there, expressionless, and nod.
Sausage sandwich.
Well, it's not long now until departure, so we better board the ship. Come on, I'll introduce you to the rest of the crew. She turns around and starts walking off up the gangplank.
Okay.
On?
Yeah.
Okay. As you step across the gap onto the ship, you feel a little lurch as it kind of sways in the wind.
There I go.
The deck of the ship.
I almost throw
You
up.
can see the lower floor. The lower floor of the large aft castle consists of what you can see is cabins and other amenities clearly intended for passengers. But you, however, are led straight upstairs to the bridge.
Can I have last night actually talking about how he hates light and stuff? Can I have used my alchemy stuff to put like an anti-seasickness thing, anti-air sickness thing?
See if you can
together and see if
you can make one.
But it has a side effect of throwing up.
No, that's
Makes
the
you-
purpose.
It gives you tired.
No.
Yeah.
It's just 9.
9.
I'll say you managed to ask around if there's already, existing things like that. If there's any ingredients you can use to try and practice make it yourself. They give you different alchemy shops where these things are already for sale, but you're not willing to pay as much as they want for them.
Okay.
Because there's already a lot of airships and things around. People are going to get airsick.
Yeah.
So you want to try and cobble one together yourself using your skills at herbally and alchemy. You put together one as best you can. As far as you're concerned, you think it'll do the trick.
Okay. And I'll say I'll see Gareth kind of. Oh God, I've got something for you, by the way.
All right, what is it?
This.
Okay, I'll just
Take it.
swig it down.
And he takes it.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
It's gonna kill me, innit?
Okay.
Gareth
16.
throws up his entire.
16 plus 6.
Yay.
For the briefest of moments as you're kind of chugging it down.
Oh, it doesn't take.
Yeah, when you get like involuntary gag reflex going on when something, whether even like just the texture of something's not nice. As he's chugging it.
As I see that look on his face, I go, I should have added mint. I'll have mint next time.
But yeah, you managed to keep it all down, and it at least abates your kind of seasicknessy kind of nausea for the time being. So as you led upstairs towards the bridge, you are a chamber. The forward walls are entirely glass, looking down over the front of the deck. In front of this is the ship's wheel, covered in glowing runes. You don't recognise the designs of these runes. The rest of the chamber is crammed with different arcane consoles, all aglow with different magical energies. You can see 5 other crew members in this chamber, each wearing similar boots with the House Lyra arms on the shoulders. However, the ornamentation on each of their opposite shoulders is different, presumably like denoting different ranks or that kind of thing. As you all step in, Kyra announces, everyone, this is the security team that'll be joining us on the voyage. And you see everyone looks up from what they're doing just for a moment, gives a little lukewarm, hello, before they turn around and carry on with what they were busy with. And Kyra kind of starts walking and kind of gives the, the hand over the shoulder, follow me sort of motion. And you can see she approaches the nearest person. There's a half-orc woman with blue hair sitting at one of the arcane consoles. You can see her suit's a bit grubby. There's oil stains on it. There's powdered sugar from a donut she keeps absent-mindedly taking a bite of while she's tweaking on some device in front of her. Because this is Artificer Venezi. She tinkers with the engine to keep the ship afloat. And you see Venezi looks up and gives you like a warm smile, but you see there are big bags under her, these weary eyes. And let me just bring up her for you.
Let me ask him if there's any is there anyone new on this place other than us, obviously?
If any of the crew are new?
Yeah.
And no, we're all established members of the house. We've all been doing this job for a fair amount of time, as far as I'm aware. Did you ask Venezi or did you ask Kara? Who did you ask?
Kara.
Sorry. Yeah, that's what she gives you. Yeah, Venezi kind of half turns around while she's kind of tinkering away and eating this donut. She lets you know that she's one of the people who helped basically work on this new engine. It doesn't require elemental bindings, but it's top secret. She can't tell you how it works. It's a proprietary. It's a proprietary technology. Cannot tell you.
I'll walk over to her and I'll cast prestidigitation on a donut and go, let me just put some jelly on that donut for you.
Yeah, you see she gives like a half grin and she reaches over, but she's like eyeballing you the whole time when she goes to take a bite to see if you've got any reaction, and she takes a massive bite out of it. Does it taste nice?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you see how she bites into it, the grin becomes like a full-on I'm enjoying this kind of smile now, and she like absolutely munches on this thing, and she offers you the last bite of the donut.
No, thank you. It's okay. I'm gluten and dairy intolerant. I'm okay. That's just for you.
Opens up a little bit. Opens up a little bit. Lets you know that this new engine allows like House Lyra to take full control of like the production of airships into their own hands. They won't rely on the gnomes of Zelago for the elemental bindings and the special woods and stuff anymore. Because theoretically, this engine is much faster as well. So if this maiden voyage goes well, this is going to be big business now. You see Kyra's already kind of moving on to the next person as you're the half-orc woman. You can see it's a fella in his 40s with a shaved head, quite a neat beard. He's sat writing notes in a journal of some sort. You can see he's clearly deep in thought as she tries to walk over towards him. And she kind of shouts over towards you. This is Medic Tristan. He monitors the crew, makes sure everyone's fit and healthy and whatnot, And you see Tristan kind of looks up and smiles politely, immediately returns to his journal. You can see he don't want to be distracted at all. Let me just bring this guy up. Medic Tristan, there he is. He gives you a bit of a very quick smile before he goes back down to his notes.
Oh.
I love my beard. Look at that beard. Actor's sorted for a trip.
Beard and a half.
Kira continues on to a dwarven man, a bit of a shaggy, ill-kept brown beard, shirt which is incorrectly buttoned up. It doesn't line up right. He doesn't appear to be actively working on anything, and he watches you all intently, but like with frantic eyes as you're approaching. He says, "This is Bosun Thaldron. He makes sure that the ship's all in working order. It's all ship shape." And you see, she kind of smiles at her own joke, kind of thing, and waits for you, and then loses the smile when no one kind of joins in with her. His eyes continue to flicker back and forth across you all appraisingly. Let me bring up Bosun Thaldron.
Okay.
As you're kind of approaching him, he sits there, and you can see just from his look, he's sizing both of you up, sort of thing. Anyone say anything?
Hello?
Yeah. Say to him, you're looking a bit nervous there, Bosun. Any reason for that?
I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I don't know you, pal. First time I've seen you. I'm not entirely sure why we need security.
Oh, it's absolutely.
It's just what someone would say that was trying to sabotage.
All right, Captain.
I'm in charge of the ship, pal. If anyone's here to cause any trouble, it's going to be you. I already don't like the fact the ship's got this headache breathing down my neck. If you mind, can you just leave me alone? Go about your and he does like little air quotes.
For now.
Era's kind of giving like a and like starts walking away from him. He kind of folds his arms over his big barrel chest and just sits back in his chair. You'd see he don't want to talk to you. Kira hurries over to the ship's wheel. You can see that's being tended by another Korovar woman, short black hair. She says, "This is helmswoman Jihana. She'll be steering the ship, keeping us all on course." You see Jihana turns and smiles meekly, and it's not enough to hide that there's clear anxiety in her eyes. I'll just bring her up. Jihana, there she is. And it lets me show the players. There it is. Yeah, you see a bit of anxiety in her eyes, and she says, "It's nice to meet you all, but I'm a little busy preparing for takeoff. Perhaps we can chat a little once we're in the sky." And she starts to the wheel and starts going on with the runes.
Absolutely.
And finally, Kira leads you towards another Korovar man who stands watching over everyone with a sour look on his face. You can see on his shoulder, it implies that he's the ranking officer. This is Captain Vine, and Vine glowers at you. He makes no effort to hide his displeasure. Again, you kind of start walking towards him. He says, I see no need for security. We have a skeleton crew on the maiden voyage. I trust everyone here. There's no one else aboard. We've already done a thorough check. Why you are here and why you've been paid for, I have no idea. The only people I don't trust on this boat is you, I'm afraid. I don't know you well enough to trust you.
And that's fair enough. That's fair enough. We're just here to make sure that everything is okay, really. And I'm like you, if you've all done all your checks and everything, we're just here we're along for the ride.
Feel free to perform whatever security measures you deem appropriate. The only reason you're here, quite frankly, is because House Lyranda wouldn't greenlight the voyage without an independent security detail.
Exactly, and that's all it is, just crossing I's and dotting T's.
Indeed. And you see him look towards Kira, and she goes, okay, maybe now would be a good time for me to give you a tour of the ship. And she kind of starts walking towards the exit door again.
You would follow her?
Yep. As you get towards the door, she kind of speaks over her shoulder back toward her, and she goes, "Maybe tensions will be a little lower once we've taken off." And go through the door.
Somehow doubt that. So.
And then I say, I'm sure it's just nerves.
Yep, nothing will happen. That'll be the end of the session.
Possibly
She leads you back down from the bridge to the deck of the ship. During the tour, it tells you that the level is accessible. As there are no passengers during the trial voyage, it was sealed essentially when they did their first checks before the crew came on. The House Lyranda security independently came, checked it all out, sealed it off, so no one has been able to get in or out. It is physically sealed and it is magically sealed, so no one can get in or out of the passenger deck.
This is now when we turn around to her and say, so everyone basically says there's no reason for more security to be on here. So why do you think they've asked for more security on here?
I honestly don't know. As the captain said, that House Lyranda made very specific instructions that unless there was an independent security detail, the trip, the maiden voyage wouldn't be greenlit. She'll lead you further down into the hull of the ship. Shows you the vast empty cargo hold. Takes you to the sick bay, the lounge, the mess hall, your quarters, over towards the engine room. A few moments after arriving in the engine room, when you start heading back out again, you hear a faint hum as the engine jumps to life with a little jolt and a crackle of lightning. The ship gently begins to move. If you look out from the rear balcony, you'll see Shan falling away behind you. And it's the wrong ship, but you get the gist. As the ship smoothly glides through the air, you feel the gentle sensation of acceleration as the city starts to become more distant. Kyra tells you she needs to get to work. Suggests that you go get some rest in your security quarters. It's going to be a long journey. And then she leads you and she heads off back to the bridge.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
You head to your quarters.
So we're in the quarters. Have we got one room?
Yeah, for both of you. There's just two single bunks in there.
So if are we in there by ourselves now?
Yep, yep.
So what do you make of this then? No one wants us here.
And I think they don't want anyone here because they don't want to be accused of anything, I think.
Yeah, possibly.
It's more the accusation that something could go wrong. I think that might be why they're so opposed to it. But
exterior force looking in, has it?
Yeah.
And while I remember, that's the captain.
It looks like a cock.
It does, doesn't it? Looks 12. I don't trust him.
It's too young to be a captain.
We're half elf, and he's 100 for all you know.
Hey, very true. Okay.
Smooth skin, motherfuckers.
So I think more than anything, they don't want us here just because we're outsiders.
Yeah.
Sneaking, snooping.
And they're being second. What's the phrase? Second question. They're being second.
No, someone to keep an eye on what they're doing when they're not competent at what they're doing. Someone's keeping an eye on if they cock up or if they slip up, and
they've got someone to blame rather than it being the company. It's okay. Well, let's try not to make any enemies as we're walking around, but we already have them. Yeah, I know. try minimalize it as much as possible, Gareth. Don't be that annoying.
Try not to speak to anybody.
So essentially, as kind of Shan drops away behind you, and you head off kind of over the central landmass of Corvair, got nothing to do.
Yeah.
They're all going about their tasks, kind of thing. The ones that are busy with their work aren't particularly willing to chat with you and stuff.
Yeah.
The ones that aren't currently busy make small talk, but most of them just want to get this over with and get it done, sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll kind of just have a wander around the ship and just try to be as less annoying as possible.
Yeah.
As I would have thought that we don't know what roles everyone does. So us looking to see what they're doing, we don't know if they're doing it right or not.
Okay.
Yeah. And plus this is a brand new way of flying, is It's not. It's some top secret
Mm.
thing. So,
Like the
Yeah.
like the pilot, or the engineer, that orc woman, we could be stood there, and they can be pressing a load of buttons that could be blowing the thing up before all we know.
Yeah, that's fair.
But we don't know that that's what they're doing. We can only
Okey-doke.
see if something's going to go wrong.
Mm.
I would imagine that the engine room is that is the place that someone would try and break in and sabotage something. Maybe. Can I go out of the ship and walk on the side of the ship to where the engines are?
Yeah, absolutely.
To see
It
if,
doesn't appear to be any external propulsion. There's no like big vent holes. There's no big exhaust or anything like that.
What is your magic-y person telling you?
because every time I do an Arcana check, it's rubbish.
Maybe try again.
Let me try another Arcana. Let me try an Arcana check.
Right.
Go on then.
Use a different dice.
I will do. I'll use me fire one.
Okay.
7 plus 3, 10.
That's not bad. So, what are you trying to tell me? What you're trying to figure out?
Trying to figure out if I know what this. There's like a bubble, isn't there, around the ship? So is it
That's how the normal ships fly. That's how the elemental powered ships fly. You see, there's like a ring that goes around the ship. That's elemental binding. Somewhere in the ship there'll be like on the train, you had that bound elemental, and that's what powered it. That's what levitated it. Similar kind of thing for the airships. There's an elemental which is bound. And is what powers and uses is used for propulsion. This particular ship doesn't have the elemental ring around it. It doesn't have like the energy effects coming off, all that kind of thing. Imagine just like a galleon in the sky, and there's a strange new engine in there with like little bits of lightning arcing off of it now and again, and a bit of like a purple glow to it. That is it. The ship is just going.
Now, these I should have really asked this question before, but these elementals that power these things, are they captives or are they willing?
They're generally bound against their will, yeah. They're not kind of sentient.
So they're captured, essentially.
Yeah.
And can I sense that this is a similar thing, or if it's more mechanical?
You know so far that, like, for example, the Orion Lightning Train, you know that the elemental binding is mastered by gnomes of Corvair. Only the gnomes have managed to master it so far. Elementals are conjured, or they're found. They're bound so that their energy is used to power the device to which they are connected. There's like specific things that are used in the elemental binding, but so far it's only airships and the lightning rail, which are the most common uses of them. But they can even be used to like power weapons and armor, as well as like non-military things. They're like a common power source so far in Eberron is using an elemental. So they're used as like a resource. They're not a creature in Eberron. Like they might think of them as actual living creatures in Faerun and like in Theros and things where I can interact with them. In Eberron, they're a resource to be used, and so far you've not seen any version of that on this ship. There's nothing, especially with your Arcana check, that gives you the impression that there is any elemental use on this ship. Whatever is happening in that engine room is completely magical and beyond your comprehension at the minute.
Thinking maybe it could be, instead of having one of these elementals on board, whether they're being farmed somewhere and like a battery. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
You know, where
Mm.
they're still using elementals, it's just that it's not on the ship now. It's
Maybe they're like siphoning the energy off it or something.
yeah,
Mm.
and
Okay,
then
interesting.
it's a either that or it's like a telepathic thing or something. I don't know.
I like these or something like that. Okay, okay. So essentially, you wander around for the rest of the day while the ship's getting, further and further over the continent. Eventually, it gets towards kind of bedtime. You have like an evening meal. It gets brought to your quarters from the mess because they're all still, kind of working. None of them all come and gather around in the galley or anything like that. Kay kind of brings you Kara brings you the food, asks you if you need anything else before she kind of heads to bed for the night sort of thing.
No, that's fine. Thank you very much.
We have separate
And
meals, so if she has the chicken, I have the fish.
Can you give me another Constitution saving throw as well, please? It's been a few hours now.
14.
14. After you finish the meal, you have the chicken or the fish?
Chicken.
Only because you've watched Airplane. You get a bit of indigestion, and when you start burping, you taste the the anti-sickness thing actor tried giving you earlier on. It's not sitting right.
Oh no.
But
And
you
every
don't feel
time,
ill.
every time I
Bit of
burp,
indigestion.
I go "Pawk."
What's the chicken's favourite trainer?
Reebok. Reebok.
You're welcome. It gets to the bedtime, basically.
I think we take it in shifts, don't we?
We do.
I'll have the first one. Night.
Well, you only need 4 hours anyway, so that actually works out better.
That's fair.
I'll get Patches to wake you up.
Yeah, where do you want Patches and Blaze to be at this point?
In our room.
Just chilling in there with you.
Near the door.
I need to sort the resolution out on this. Very annoying. That one. Oh. Actor, can you give me a Constitution save, please?
Dice.
Oh,
Constitution saving throw will be 21.
as you waiting, basically, you're looking like through the portal in the little security room that you're in. Eventually, even the lights in the distant little outposts and like little villages and cities get incredibly dim, and then eventually they're dark as it gets towards the middle of the night sort of thing. Maybe 3.5 hours in, you know that Gareth's going to be waking up shortly. You're starting to get pretty tired now. You'll feel like I'm going to be waking him up soon if you don't wake up, kind of thing. And when your eyes get really heavy and it's like, oh, trying to force them open. You blink a few like heavy times, and the last one feels like a really heavy blink. And then when you open your eyes again, you see that the chamber's suddenly really dimly lit by a lamp on the ceiling. That lamp wasn't the same lamp that was there before. It seems like a different lamp, like a really oldie worldy lamp now. It doesn't look like the little arcane crystal that you had in there. It occasionally flickers. When you look around, you can see Gareth slumbering on one of the other 6 bunk beds. Something feels wrong, but it takes you a moment to figure out what it is. The airship's not moving. You can't feel any sense of acceleration, motion. It's like the ship's instantly and suddenly stopped. Doesn't feel any lurch or anything like that. You try to turn towards the portal to have another look, and you find that you can't. One of your hands is now manacled with a heavy chain to the wall. And I'm just going to get a brew. I need a drink.
That's what I'm making now.
Well, come on, make it. I'm real first. How's me a week?
Okay.
I'm still asleep.
Yeah. Well, we're having a break apparently.
I'm gonna just disconnect and reconnect because it's a bit choppy sometimes. I'm just gonna see if I can
okay.
deconnect and reconnect. With 2
Okay.
seconds. 2 seconds.
You're not having one. What, you want a cup of tea? Is that any better?
I think so. It was just getting a bit choppy
Okie dokie.
every now and again.
Yeah, I
At the
wish there was
wrong
a better way
time.
of sorting it out. 80 ho. Right, so you're currently manacled to the wall.
Yeah, I am. I'm currently manacled to the wall. I suddenly just just tried to pull my arm.
It is very securely and very tightly around your wrist.
I start shouting for Gareth.
Yeah, Gareth wakes up almost straight away.
Great.
I shout, Patcher! Why don't you do something?
You see Patches suddenly like he was completely motionless, and you see both of the eyes suddenly flicker, and he stands up like he'd been powered down. You see Blaze was laid on the shelf next to Acton, like shakes its head and like wakes up as well.
Blazy, okay?
So like stretches her wings out.
Something really weird has gone on.
Gareth, if you
Why
try
did you
to
insist that we come on this stupid airship?
if you try to turn, you see that you are also similarly chained to the wall next to your bunk.
Before I went to bed, I cast Mage Hand to look like my hand. And then, or I was pretending to be asleep because I've just checked and Mage Hand only lasts for 1 minute.
Looking around, you notice a few things that you initially didn't. You can see that near the door there is a key hanging on the wall, which looks roughly the size for the manacles, but it's about 5 feet further away than either of you can reach.
Please.
You can also see
Okay.
a map of the ship on the back of the door. Oh, Shaw wasn't there before I came into this room.
And the room, does it look pretty different or
You can.
sorry?
The room seems the same, but
Yeah.
you can see a slightly rusty-looking hacksaw mounted on the wall near you, which you are certain wasn't there when you came in.
Oh, we're in saw. Is this
You have
saw?
to chop your arm off. I'll tell you what. You chop your arm off. I'll cast Mage Hand to get the key.
Okay. Perfect. Or what I could do is you could either cast Mage Hand to get the key, or I could just ask Blaze. Blaze, get the key. I'm gonna send Blaze to get the
As
key.
Blaze like spreads her wings out and like flaps, you see that her little leg is cuffed to the wall, and it chang, and she like squawks and lands back on the little
Oh, Blaze, I'm
chest of
sorry,
drawers.
And does
sweetheart.
4 damage and dies.
eyes instantly.
Oh.
You see Patcher goes to stand to his full height, and you see that one of his kind of feet, like little protruders, is what you want to call them, the little spider legs that he walks on, and you can see the tip of it's welded to the floor plate.
Oh no!
And like the
The
other legs, like,
fuckers.
and he can't move that one leg.
Oh, little right, I'm gonna kick some ass now. Do you want to just cast Mage Hand and get the key?
Yes, I'll cast Mage Hand and pick the key up.
So yeah, you the key off the little hook and manipulate over towards you.
Yep. And then use it to open the lock.
Clicks open.
And then I use it to see if it does act as well.
Yeah, it's actors.
Perfect.
It is too big for the little ankle one, and Patch's foot is just welded to the floor.
Yeah.
But you two are currently free.
Why would they just leave the key here?
Do me
This seems
intelligence
a li-
roll.
this
Either of you.
seems-
Actually, do me a wisdom or intelligence. Actually, either's fine for this.
You can do it.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know, mate. My bloody rolling.
I'm just going to grab a biscuit.
$13.
No, from the numerous examples you've already seen that skillful manipulation of good magic is not super well known. They might not have even known that Gareth had Mage Hand.
So the key just out of touch, and the hacksaw thing is there to make us put our arm off to get the key, because they don't know that you've got right. Well, let's keep all your magic abilities under wraps.
Then I cast Prestidigitation to do sparks and fireworks everywhere.
Do you look out the porthole?
Yes, I do.
It is completely black. There's no indication of movement or anything whatsoever. It is just total blackness outside.
And we don't feel like we're moving. You said.
No sensation of movement now, as if the ship's completely stationary in the air.
I'm going to mention
But
that.
there's not even a buffeting from like the wind or anything.
I'm going to mention that to Gareth and just say, I don't even feel like we're moving anymore. I think the whole thing is just fake. I don't think there is any magic that they're doing. I think the whole thing is fake.
thing's an illusion.
Yeah.
But okay.
Unless you said about the teleport thing, where maybe they can teleport. If we're supposed to be going from one place to another, point A to point B, they teleport you there, then knock everybody out to make it seem like you're going by airship, so no one knows about the teleport thing.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna kick some ass because somebody's just used my parrot.
Well, they're both kind of stuck there at the minute. You're both in the security quarter right now.
Okay. Okay.
Do you want to take them out?
Yes, we'll try to take them out. We're gonna Jason Bourne it and take them out.
No, that's the map that's on the back of the door.
Away, security.
Security quarters. So sick base next to us. There's quarters opposite. Okay. So as is the door open?
Not yet.
The key doesn't open that either, does it?
No.
Is it locked?
You gonna try that?
Yeah.
Handle moves.
Handle open the door.
As you open the door, you come out some sort of hallway. It's a far departure from the airship hallway that you expected. Walls and ceiling are rusty chain link fence. The floor is a corroded mesh of iron slats. Beyond the fence is a void of black, unmoving emptiness, which carries the faint scent of ozone meat. On the outside, the room that you've just exited appears nothing more than a rusty metal box now, floating in the darkness. You can still see Patcher and Blaze through the meshes, but the contents of the room that you were just in appears to be just a mesh box now. Despite all this, something tells you this is still the airship. It's just changed.
Yeah.
Where's your map? You alright?
Yeah. Okay. I'm suspecting this whole thing is an optical illusion.
Yeah.
No, but it's very dark on there. It's kind of light or something. Yeah, where's brightness? I can make it look that's a TV.
I don't know how to do it.
I mean, that's the actual TV.
No, I know. I don't know how to do it.
There is no light out here, aside from the dim illumination of the room behind you with a little flickering light. And what little there is, you can see the corridor extends into the darkness in either direction. You've both got dark vision. You need a light to, move around and stuff. You want to head to the fore of the ship or to the aft?
We're in the back of the ship now, aren't we? Or at the front.
You're currently at the back. I think. Hang on. Sorry, no, you're at the front.
We need to head towards the engine room, I think.
Start heading towards the aft.
Yeah.
As you start walking along, you walk along the corridor with the clanging metal underfoot piercing the otherwise deafening silence. Within moments, the door to the security quarters is lost to the darkness. You trudge on with the now claustrophobic Andrew. After walking along the rusted walkway for what seems 20 minutes or so, you see another doorway up ahead on the port side of the corridor. As you approach it, however, you see that metal frame has no door in it and just opens into the dark void. You think this might have been the entrance to the crew quarters. There is no longer anything beyond that door. The corridor continues into the darkness past the doorway.
Can you bring that map up again? I've got rid of it for some reason.
I know. I thought the cruise quarters were good.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, thank you. So we're in security.
You should have stepped out of
quarter.
your quarter. You should have stepped out, taken it to the left, and then been at the crew quarters
Cruise
door.
quarters, yeah.
It's like 20 minutes walk.
Okay. So like this isn't fitting right. Have we reached a door?
Yeah, but there's nothing through it. It's just empty. Void through that door. There's a doorway with no door, and the floor just falls away into nothingness.
Well, this is nothing. This map is what it should be, but it isn't.
Continue on. On the crew.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Or do you want to go into?
Can I go back and try and free Patcher's leg?
Yeah, you can try. It's going to be a 20-minute walk back for you. What does Actor want to do while Gareth sets back off?
Can you try pick this lock as well? Are you there?
Yeah, I'll try. I won't, but yeah, I'll try. Yeah.
Oh.
I'll carry on walking down the corridor.
Gareth, after about 10-15 minutes or so of just walking along, you go to take a step and just suddenly find yourself fall forward. There was no floor. You just walk straight through into the void. You're kind of spinning around, you look up and you can see the walkway disappearing off into the void above you. Actor. As you walk for 15 minutes or so, you start to notice movement in the corner of your eye, just in the edge of the darkness beyond the fence. You caught little more than a glimpse, but you swear you saw the beat of wings, but you look again and concentrate and you can't see anything but motionless void again. Gareth, can I have a wisdom saving throw, please?
This one 9.
Gareth, your ears weigh heavy on you. You find yourself constantly dwelling on them. Every time you roll a 1, when you make an ability check, saving throw, or an attack roll, you will have a disadvantage on the next one that you roll. Anytime you get a critical failure on something, next roll you make will be at disadvantage after that.
Just the next one.
Yeah, until you get another nat 1, and then the roll after that will be again. Actor. Oh, sorry, Gareth. You suddenly come across Gareth laid on the floor in front of you.
Gareth comes across.
Sorry,
Gareth.
Actor comes across Gareth laid on the floor in front of you as you're walking along.
Oh God! I thought Gareth, are you all right? I thought you'd gone back to the room. Gareth.
And he wakes up.
Oh, I thought you'd come back to the room.
In Gareth's hand, you seem to have something in your hand, Gareth.
Yeah.
It's a small key. No, not it's not small enough to get into like the little manacles. It's like a little, imagine like a small padlock key.
Yeah. I ain't got a clue where this has come from.
Oh.
Oh. Hang on. My computer just went down.
Oh.
Oh, I'm back in. We're good.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The Discord went weird, and then I got kicked out of Foundry.
It went blah, blah, blah,
Oh, okay.
blah. We thought it was, and suddenly it was Dave.
So I look at the key and I'm like, I ain't got a clue where I've got this from.
But you weren't here, and then suddenly you were on the floor.
Yeah, we you know, with my extensive knowledge of Arcana and everything magical, there's something magical going on here. Huh? Say again?
Oh yeah.
I can't hear anything. No.
So did you get back?
I can't hear it. Hold on. Let me just come out of Discord. I'll just come out of Discord and come back in because it's roboting a lot.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right.
Hello?
Could be the laptop, yeah. No laptop. I mean, the fan never stopped.
Could be 6 or 1 after there's not over.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh. Let's see if that makes
Any
it
better?
any better. Let's see, I'll just reset the VPN.
I restarted Discord as well, so we'll see.
Yeah, just
Well, these encounters are never as scary as Dave tries to make them because we have to go through sound issues and
Yeah,
stuff.
hello?
We feel
Oh.
disconnected all the time.
I'm hearing
anyway.
every third word.
Yeah. Describing this horrific scene, and you just hear, yo, room.
Yeah.
And lovely.
Hello. And then that's it. Right. So what do you want to do? So Gareth got a strange key in his hand that he's just
but I
appeared
mean,
with in front of
still
you.
doing the whole thing of right. So the last time I saw you, you had gone down into the room. Did you go back into the room?
It was just all black.
Oh.
And then I was
Oh, no,
falling,
no.
and then
He didn't get long enough to get back to the room. He was only like 15 minutes or so back before he disappeared.
Okay.
Carry on.
Well, I thought I'm going to tell him what I thought I saw in the corner of my eye earlier on. So, well, keeping hold of that key, we'll stick together then. Let's not split up, because that never works out. Let's
split the party.
Let's walk forward.
well, maybe is it the fact that I went and you stayed where you were?
Maybe because you said you fell and I didn't. Nothing happened to me.
Yeah, but maybe it's like a bubble, and I left the bubble.
Okay.
So if we both go back, like, you know, like a Matrix type thing where you, as long as you're both within a certain area, it loads that scenario.
Okay,
Whereas if one of you travels too far, then yours still exists, but mine doesn't.
okay.
And 15 minutes might be the barrier.
I don't know. I think we should carry on.
Patches is a healer. That's all I'm saying.
I need healing, yeah. Which way do you go? Sorry, love. Oh, me.
Yeah, we're carrying on.
Okay. After another few minutes of travel towards the back of the ship, silence is suddenly punctuated by a loud and visceral, piercing screech from ahead. It stops as abruptly as it started, and then once again you're in silence. After another minute or so of walking in this direction, up ahead you see a tear in the rusty fence, just big enough for someone to fit through. It is dripping with blood. Beyond this, the iron mesh flooring is spattered with more blood, which trails into the darkness before you. Can I have a medicine check, please?
Maybe we should go back. Yeah.
You doing the medicine
18.
check? Yes.
Do it. 18.
Yes.
This is fresh, warm, maybe only a few minutes old.
Okay.
Now that you're this close to see the fence, you can see up ahead, beyond the hole in the fence, a doorway on the starboard side, corridor. Which appears to be attached to a large metal box floating in the void, much like the room that you came from.
I don't know what to do.
Oh, go towards the box. Think.
I think the room.
Yeah, what do you think the room is on the map? What's the next room that you'll be coming up to?
Sick bay.
Hmm.
What's in this room? Sorry.
I don't know.
No,
There's a
what?
big metal
What?
box.
Let's see.
You can see the fence with the hole in it, blood around it.
Yeah.
Just beyond that doorway, attached to a big metal floating box.
Okay.
Did Gareth go through?
Do we go through the fence?
Yeah. I mean, we've got to have a look, haven't we?
Oh,
Fresh blood and stuff. You know, it can't be anything bad, can it?
that can't possibly be.
Okay.
Could be. You know, someone's just had a kebab or something and just dropped a load of ketchup and
No,
stuff
I mean, she
on
did
the
the
floor.
medicine check. She knows it's definitely blood.
And somebody might need some help.
The hole in the fence is big enough for you both to fit through, one at a time,
Shocker.
single file.
Yeah, do that.
Okay. Yeah, you squeeze your way through.
Yeah.
As you approach the metal box with a door on it, I will move you to that scene.
Major concern was this: is there seems to be a lot of wisdom saving throws, and wisdom is not my forte.
Yeah, it's not mine either, mate. Don't worry.
Yeah. So that's right. You move you.
Is it locked, this room?
Right, hold on.
Oh, you're not.
Oh, no. This room.
Yeah. So, as you come up to the doorway itself, the door looks heavy, made of metal. There's a large smear of fresh blood drawn down it. Past the doorway, the corridor continues a short distance before abruptly ending, open to the void. The fence is torn and broken, while the metal walkway is buckled and snapped, as though the rest of the walkway was violently ripped away.
Look at the fog moving at the front.
The door appears unlocked.
Ears.
Do you want to go in?
Oh, it is now.
Oh, it's a
okay.
demon.
Yeah.
Going in. You've opened the door now.
Yeah, I have to go
Moving
in
that down a
now.
bit. You enter and find yourself in a horrific chamber composed of rusty metal panels, metal grating, and chains. On one side of the room, there is a medical gurney, on one which lies the partially dissected body of something inhuman. And on the other side of the chamber is a desk with odd-looking medical equipment. You can see on the far side is a door where there shouldn't be one. You can recall your map indicated Tristan's office had a cupboard in it. This
Yes.
door must lead to the cupboard. Near that door is the dwarven figure of Bosun Thaldron, fear draped across his face as he slowly backs up against the wall. Between you and him are three repulsive-looking winged creatures, one of which is dripping with blood. They look like naked male torsos with veiny flesh wings emitting from their shoulder blades. You can see the skin looks raw and tender, as though the top layers of skin have been peeled away. One turns towards you and you can see its ribcage split open, revealing rows after rows of crooked yellow teeth. And we'll roll initiative.
Now, there's nothing to say these things are evil.
I will go get some lemon. That is going to be my weapon of choice.
Cards at the top now.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
look
did.
at that.
I did an initiative thing.
Oh, okay.
It's good. I like that.
So
What did you get, love?
3.
It's like
Three.
Baldur's Gate now.
Oh, 4, sorry.
Oh,
Oh, 4.
you ass.
11, 12, 13.
13 for Gareth. Right, this fella's up first.
The bosun's in here, isn't he?
Yeah.
Not
Which one was
necessarily. Not necessarily the next to be killed. Will be controlling them.
He was the one who was like, I don't even know why you're here. I don't see.
Is
I
he the one
look
that
after
looked
the
like
ship.
a lion? Is he the ginger dwarf?
Yeah.
You look like a lion.
If a lion was made human, that's what he'd look like.
Oh. Let me at him. Let me at him.
Like, hang tight, Thaldron. We'll get you out of here, my friend. Don't need security. Oh no, we don't even know what you're doing here. This is what we're doing here. Yeah, we're about to show you what we're doing here.
Might not be bad.
Right, let's try and bonk.
No. 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 No.
Right, let's.
Shut the door.
Gareth, you got it. Gareth?
Gareth.
You got this.
18, look.
Yes, that's a hit.
That is 14 piercing damage.
Nope.
And I need a wisdom saving throw, please.
Nope. That's not happening. I'm just refusing. Pure refusal.
That's an instant fail, I'm afraid.
It's just terrible. Have you? Oh, cocked. Have you got my? Are you dealing with my?
Yeah,
points? Ooh, wisdom saving throw.
Mm.
That would be a 19, my friends.
You're good. You shake off a madness effect. And then it goes to bite you again.
Rude.
2 attacks.
30, 20, love.
Say,
Sorry.
holy pantaloons, Batman.
That's another 9 piercing damage.
Oh my giddy aunt, another bloody wisdom saving of that.
Yep.
I'm not happy about this at all. That would be a dirty 20.
Yeah, you're good. And also, because of its flyby feature, it doesn't get opportunity attacks when it flies away as well.
Oh, do one.
You mother.
No, he's
As
upsetting
it
me now.
flies towards you, takes 2 chomps at you, and then flies away more quicker than you can get at it, basically. Gareth up next.
We'll soon see about that. So it's. I'm gonna say, just be careful, Gareth. That he seems to be messing with my mind. Oh, there's Thaldron. Why is the light different?
He's measuring something. Doing something.
Okay, I couldn't see Faldron before. I can see him now.
Oh, you should have been there.
It was just
It could have been dark. Yeah.
It was because it's all blue now. Oh yeah, I can see him now.
Yeah.
You reopen the door.
I reopen the door and go, oh dear.
Throw a grenade in and close the door again.
Looks like we've kind of stumbled across something here. I'll leave you to it. Bye bye. And then do I really want to storm in there? Yeah, I'll storm in and then I shall quicken. Quicken? No, not quicken. I will twin. It's one sorcerer point. I will twin fireball at this geezer and this geezer.
Which one? Sorry.
Two. This one.
Oh, those two.
And this one. Fireball.
Okay.
Yeah.
First one.
Twin. And that is a 18 plus stuff.
It's definitely a hit.
Plus 8.
The bottom one is the one that's already bleeding as well.
This one.
Yeah.
Oh, that was definitely that one that I was going for.
I've got this on here as well, so I can say this guy is bloodied.
And 15 plus 8 on this one.
That is also a hit. Yes.
Okay. And then I will 2d10. My smoke and fire. That is 10 damage to this one.
Oh, nice.
Oh, and 10 damage to this one.
Nice.
Very nice.
And then I will use my bonus on this one and lob my shield at him. That's a 2. Back to form for my shield.
You might have already guessed that that's a miss.
No. Can't believe.
Just in case, you might know.
With your shield.
No, I'm usually brilliant with it.
It's usually I'm like, why bother with anything else? Just use your shield, mate.
And then I'll move backwards to here, and then that's the end of my turn.
Okie dokie.
It missed.
Yeah, next. He did miss. He dodged it. Where's my combat tracker? There it is. Next up is this guy. He's going to make 2 attacks on Gareth. That's 22. And then 9. Just
I
one
cast
hit.
shield,
Oh.
which will make it a miss.
Which I can also put on here for your status effects. I can find the bloody thing. Somewhere.
And I wild surge.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's going to be advantage on winged creatures.
For you and your allies.
And plus 20 wisdom.
Yes.
Right, hold on a minute. Let me get my wild magic up.
I had a feeling it was going to go off on that one because it was the trigger was a 10 and I rolled a 9.
What level spell was it?
1.
D20 then, please.
See, that'll be a 9.
So 8, and I need a D100.
99.
Ooh.
Not had that one before. It's a good thing or a bad thing.
He's giggling to himself here, so
As you cast as just a innate reaction, you fling this shield spell up. The bite kind of ricochets off that, and you see it get deflected away and start flying away again into the other side. You suddenly hear a gasp from Actor, and as you look down, you're completely naked. All your clothing
Yes!
all your clothing and equipment is teleported pretty much next to where Thaldron sat, where that cupboard door is. You currently have no equipment either, remember, so you can't cast spells right now because you need a spell focus.
Shit.
I think he's spell focus.
You need to run over and get it. And then this guy flies away.
I'm not surprised.
Oh, sweet Jesus, he's naked!
Defense bet. Just run up to him like that. Just start running around like a psychopath.
And this guy is the last one to go.
So what's my AC now?
Oh God, whatever your AC is. I mean, he got 19 and 24, so he definitely hit you twice.
Oh, definitely going to hit both of them.
Yeah. So that will be... Oh, did you take the first bit of damage off as well?
Oh, no, I didn't know I took damage last time.
Yeah, he bit you. Oh, no, you used shield. That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
So then these two bit you, which will be... total of 22 from both bites. Yeah. And then he does a runner. It's the end of his turn. Actor's turn. Good enough.
Is Thaldron not going to do anything?
You can see him kind of pushing himself against the wall, panicking and gibbering. He's like heads flicking from side to side. You can hear him now and again. Let's go. No, 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 no.
Yeah, no, don't know what scary it is.
Oh, this was Bosun.
Was? Or he is, I guess the bosun still here.
Is that security?
No, it's like he looks after the ship, makes sure if it needs repair, he looks after the repairs.
Isn't this guy named Thaldron? So who's Thaldron?
Let me go back to the crew.
Where's Bosun in this room?
Oh, the bosun's his job.
Oh.
It's Thaldron that...
Okay.
Why you were confused then?
No, because...
Sorry. When you were saying like the bosun, I thought, but that's not security, is it? And you're like, so we know that's a job title.
But yeah, bosun is the guy who looks after the ship, the actual structure and maintenance, repairs, all that. Bosun does. So you've got a helmswoman, a bosun, the artificer who's like the engineer, the medic, and the captain.
Yeah.
On the
so
first mate.
Thaldron's the guy with the red beard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's the guy that was just like, I don't even know why security's here.
Yeah.
This is why dickhead.
All right.
Right, so I'm going to run forward. No, I'm not.
There's a table.
I'm going to run on top of the table. We'll go there. I want it to be there, though.
You want to get onto the
top
table?
of the table, but...
If you want to get onto the table, I'll let you get onto the table.
Oh, thank you. I just don't want to be in melee with both of them. Oh, what's happening?
Moving the walls because you don't want to. You want to take it on the table.
And I'm on the table, so I'm stood on the table. I'm just gonna go scream at this guy, and then I'm going to attack. Ooh, I'm gonna miss really badly.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go second attack, and we're gonna miss again. We have
Really?
gonna miss. We're not using the dice again. Yeah, no, that's my two.
You attack, so you can use your bonus action, or you can dodge, or you can disengage, all the different things.
I am going to. I am going to. I'm going to spend it to disengage.
Okay.
Dodge, disengage, whatever the hell.
Which one do you want to do disengage?
I don't know. Take the dodge action. Does that mean I move back?
No, the dodge. I mean, if you've got movement, you can do that, but it'll still try and hit you. Dodge is basically they'll get disadvantage to attack you.
Okay, I'll disengage then. That means he can't. So I will disengage and go back. Stand on top of there. Which I can do because of Step of the Wind.
Mm-hmm.
That's me done. Oh, my jump distance is double for the turn.
Oh, if you want to jump. Here we go. It's now we're working. Right, so that's. I mean, you can run back out the door if you want. Anything else?
No.
Right, this guy's turn. You go the flappity flap flap, and attacks actor, and gets 22.
Yeah.
Oh, terrible. He only gets 8. Wisdom saving throw, please. Roll high.
Oh, really low. That's a fail.
You also start dwelling on all of your past failures, all the criticisms you've ever received.
Okay, what is
So
this?
when you, it's a madness effect.
Okay.
So when you get a natural 1 on
Yeah.
an attack roll, saving throw,
Yeah,
blah blah blah,
which is
the
happening.
next roll is disadvantage.
Yeah, which is happening at the moment. So
Second attack, Optimus. And then he gonna fly away again. Gareth?
Right, where's my stuff?
Next to Theldron on the floor.
Over here. Right, I'm gonna go pick it up.
So you can try and climb over the table that's got the big kind of chopped up body of one of these flapping things on, but you need some kind of roll to get over it without slipping.
Would that be acrobatics or something? Athletics?
Describe how you want to get over there. You just want to try and vault over.
I just want to carefully and maybe persuasively climb over the table with a bit of intimidation and deception.
Well, if you want to try and, like one-handed jump over, give me acrobatics. If you want to try and vault over it, give me athletics. How do you want to do it?
do you know? I think it was right with intimidation because he's as naked as the day spawns. That's pretty intimidating to me. I'm only kidding.
Sleight of hand is going to.
No, you're not doing anything like that in here now. We're fighting demons.
Do the helicopter as I'm walking past.
Oh, look at our cards at the top.
Yeah, it shows how damage do it.
Yeah, it does.
See, I can see the baddies, how damage they are as well, which is helpful for me. No, it's helpful for me to keep track of everything.
So if it's athletics, then I'll vault over it.
Oh, your shield's gone off now as well, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's gone, yeah. Not that shield. I'll vault over it then if that's athletics.
Yep.
That is a 14 plus.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Plus 4. 18.
That's good enough to get over there.
And then I stick all my stuff back on. Is that my action then, I'm guessing?
I'll let you get enough of your gear on that you can cast a spell, basically, but that's going to be all your movement and your bonus action, and then your action if you cast a spell or attack.
Okay. So, my spell...
Quickly,
yeah, my spell will be... Tasha's Caustic Brew on these two. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, yeah.
Right. Is it Dex?
That is Dex, yes.
That is 9 and a 5.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a fail.
Come on, guys, you're supposed to be flying. What the hell is this?
I've been fine.
10. I do it on the
wow.
thing because I just pressed it. That is 10 acid damage.
That's nice. To both of them, yeah?
Yep, to both of them. And any creature that fails, blah, blah, blah. So we're covered in acid for the spell's duration. It's concentration up to a minute. And then they take 2d4 acid damage at the start of each of its turns.
Nice. Let me get
until they scrape it off.
Nice. What have we got? We haven't got an acid one, so what I will stick on is little blood marks, so at least I know that they're suffering.
I do not. Wild Surge.
Boo. And right, that's this guy now. Right, he's going to concuse that. That's the one. That's a 14. And then an 18. Oh no. Flies away up that. Next is this guy. He's going to give you 2 jumps. That is again a 14. And then a 13. These guys suck.
Yes.
And he's going to fly up over here.
Brilliant.
Whatever. Actor's turn.
Okay, I will try again. I'm gonna stop pissing about this time.
One in that top left corner, you can see is like really badly wounded. Oh wait, the burning ones. I forgot to take him off at the beginning of his turn. He burns as well, doesn't he?
Is that what these drips are for?
Yeah, they've got acid on them. How much do they take off, Matt?
2d4.
2d4. Nice.
I'm going to move over to this one. And I will try bonk this one. So I'm still standing above him.
2d4's at the start of their turn, though.
Yeah. I just forgot to do it on his turn, that was all.
That was 22.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely, Mum.
Absolutely.
And we will.
Do some big fat damage. This guy's unhurt at the minute.
And it's about to change because we almost max damaged.
Oh.
So we will. 20 damage
Jesus.
on bitch slap over here.
Wow, you're absolutely smashing her side of this one.
And then I take a second attack. 17.
17 is a hit, yeah?
Not max damage. $14 damage.
Another 14.
That is 10 poison, if that makes a difference. I apologise.
They appear to be susceptible to poison.
So 10 of both damage.
It's fine, you'd have to break these ones.
Okay,
down.
okay.
I'll let you know if any of them have got effects where I'm like, I need to know the different damages, I'll tell you.
Okay, so that's fine. That's just 4,
make it easier for
8,
you.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 damage.
Like, because some of them might be like susceptible,
Yes.
vulnerable to it, as well
Yeah.
as like immune to it, and yeah.
So that's just normal damage then.
Absolutely.
In fact, I'll try and remember to ask you. Okay, so
He now
he's
looks
14.
very, but that second hit especially, he looks incredibly badly wounded now.
Okay, I will use my bonus action to bitch slap him one more time, just barehanded. Oh, we're gonna miss, I think. 12, yeah, that's a miss. We are gonna miss. I'm tired then.
You're tired. Right, this guy's turn. Beginning of his turn, he's going to take some acid damage. You see him burning, and then he's going to have 2 chomps at you, love. That is... Oh, it's a natural 20.
Inspiration.
Bastard. Only 21.
A what?
Only 21.
You were
Still
still
hits
hit
you.
me.
Still hits you. Crit thought was it? 12, and I'm going to need another wisdom saving throw, please.
I'm just looking at my... Wisdom,
Yes, please.
16.
You are good. Next attack. $14.
To me?
Yeah.
That's a miss.
That's a miss. And then he's going to fly away like the little bitch he is. Gareth's turn.
Yeah. I'm going to run over. Oh,
You can run round him.
wrong one. I'm going to run past this little bitch here
Just like pushing himself.
and
He's
just
trying to like get
push
the
him
wall.
away as I run past.
Oh.
And then smack this guy with my sword. Just change it up a little bit. That is a 19 plus 5 back.
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So close to a 20. That is a D8. 1. 1 slashing damage and
Yeah.
2 fire damage.
Push whatever your strength or dex or whatever it is that you used to hit with.
Say that again.
When you do the melee attack, you still add your whatever your damage modifier is. It'll never be just 1 damage.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, plus 4.
Oh, there we go. So 5. And
5.
then how much fire?
2, I think it was.
2,
Yeah, 2.
7. Nice. This thing's barely hanging on. You slice through one of the wings, kind of tear most of it to ribbons. It's barely being held aloft.
And then I want to crack it with my shield, and obviously I'm going to get a 20 on this one.
Come on!
Come on. I'm going to use a different
Wait.
dice.
Come on!
Fucking 8.
Plus what?
3. 11.
Yeah, that is a miss. I'm afraid.
As always.
Piggy shield!
It's good when it hits, but... and then that's it. My turn.
Wall and it smacked you in the head.
any more movement out of it?
That'll do me.
This guy next, he's going to take some acid damage. Very nice. Yeah, and then he's going to flap over towards Actor. That is 24 to hit, love.
Yeah.
I like it. Oh, 16 damage. I need a wisdom saving throw as well, please.
13.
You're good. And then second attack. Oh, he flaps away again. That's a miss. Flies off over here. This guy's right in Gareth's face, so he's just going to try and give him a couple of bonks. Uh, 17 is a miss.
Yep.
Natural 20.
And that'll be inspiration. Reroll that bad boy, please.
14, so he misses. Boo! Boo, he's going to fly over here. Boo.
Start crying.
Boo. It's just...
Two. Across here.
Mm,
I'm going to hit this guy.
absolutely.
Natural 20!
Yes! Oh, I'll mess him up. What's the minimum I'm adding to this?
Two points of damage.
Oh.
How many?
32.
Yeah, you absolutely
Shit.
smash through the rib cage of this thing. As it kind of opens its mouth to take a bite, you smash the end of the staff into there,
What?
stick the other one in, and then just rip them both apart, and the whole like rib cage rips open. The whole thing just falls to the floor.
And as I do that, I turn around and I look at the guy in the corner.
I don't know why, he don't care.
That is a miss.
Well,
So I'm going to spend a key point and disengage and go back.
I mean, if you do dodge instead, they've all got disadvantage to attack you.
Yeah, go on.
But we're back where you are. Hit you anyway.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, go on.
Right, this guy who's going to hit you, but he's going to attack with disadvantage now. 11 and 7. And the normal ability, you've got a 21 and a 7. So
Okay.
because of that, he missed you. But he is going to take, because I forgot to roll for his acid damage.
8 million.
Roll 2d4. And now he's going to flap around and over here. Gareth's turn.
Yeah, I shall. Just because I don't use it a lot, I'm going to do magic missile.
Which one?
At level 2. So that's 4 darts.
Yeah.
And that's 1d4 plus 1 each dart, isn't it?
So do you want to do each one individually and then see what happens?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
you
use
shooting at
me.
Far corner looks the most injured.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
I'll use me oddly shaped d4. And that'll be a 4.
Nice.
Oh, nice. First one fires off. You see it tear through the big sort of pec muscle gets ripped apart. You see a huge hole, all the ribs poking through it.
And again, on that one, 3.
Oh, yep. Second one goes through the other side, a bit lower down, blows through the center, and you see it come out through the back. That one.
And I'm aiming for that middle bit, the bit that's
right
in its chest. And then I've got 2 left. 1 and 3.
One plus 1, or just 3?
1 for 1, and then 3 for the next.
Okay.
So 4 total.
Nice. Yep. Fire into it. Nice.
And then I'll chuck my. Oh, let me do my wild surge. Nope.
Okay.
And then I'll chuck my shield at it. Oh, for God's sake! I'm not going to tell you. It just missed.
1 though, was it?
No.
Ah.
And that's the end of my turn.
Right, it's its turn, so he's going to take some acid damage. He's going to fly over towards you, Matt. That is a 17 and then a dirty 20.
Shield.
Okay.
And I wild surge.
Hey.
It's going to happen again, isn't it? Of course it's going to happen.
D20 first.
D20, it was a level 1.
Okay.
It'll be 9.
So 8 and then a D100.
Oops. 31.
31. Let's have a look.
I don't like it picking up.
Yeah, it's just a bit useless, that's all. All in this region are a bit useless, to be honest. For the next minute, you've got resistance to thunder and force damage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could have been worse.
It could have been a lot worse.
You should have 2 tables, so when you get one like that, then you pick a silly one.
I've got so many tables, I don't want more tables. And then he's going to fly the hell away. That's him. Actor's turn.
I'm going to stand there. I'm going to beat him to death with his own lame 17.
There's a hit, yes. Oh, very nice indeed. He looks very badly wounded.
That's another hit. 18 plus my 7.
Happy with that.
18 damage.
Yes.
Yay!
Yeah, you absolutely tear through that one yet again.
And thank God we're in sick bay. Then I'm just going to collapse on this
As
training board.
as you destroy the last one, it just falls to the floor, kind of all wrapped up in its wings, and hits the kind of little bench underneath it, and then rolls off and slops onto the floor. You see him kind of trying to push himself inside the cupboard kind of behind him, like trying to climb up because it's set up off the floor, sobbing.
Who's that?
Thaldron.
Okay. So we're going to go up to Thaldron.
Slap him.
Oh, Thaldron! Thaldron! What's going on?
You can hear him just quietly kind of crying as he's trying to force himself further and further. Let me try and move this sodding thing further and further into the cupboard, and he doesn't seem to be making sense. A lot of what he's saying is just nonsensical words, but you can see that he will not come out of this cupboard. If you try and like grab him or pull him or anything, he's like actively like slapping your hands away and trying to pull himself back into the cupboard.
He's being affected by the madness, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you don't need to roll for that. You've already both started to feel the effects of it.
I am going to take a potion of healing.
You're going to do as a medicine check as well.
I will, considering we all know I am essentially a medicine. Oh, actually, yes. All right, okay, I'll take that. 18.
The dissected creature on the table is obviously one of the winged torso things again. It died within the last 5 or 6 hours.
Okay.
But the organs inside it are completely unrecognizable. These are not what you would expect to find inside what appears to be human torso. Do you go over to the table with the medical equipment on it?
Yeah.
There was an investigation roll.
Straight roll 10.
You only managed to find essentially something which will function as a periaptive wound closure. So essentially, while you've got it on you, if you fall unconscious and have to start making death saving throws, you'll stabilize, so you won't have to make the death saving throws, but it then gets used.
What's that for? Sorry.
It's called the periaptive wound closure. So you know if you go down and you have to start making death saving rolls.
No, I understand that. Is he just found that?
Yeah, on the table with all the medical equipment on it.
I apologise. That's what I wasn't sure.
Yeah. What does it do?
You know if you go to fall unconscious and you have to start making death saving throws, immediately you get stabilized at the start of your turn, so you don't have to make the rolls, but you're not up and alive. You just have to you don't have to make the rolls. Someone has to come over and just heal you to get you. And if you roll a hit die to regain hit points, you double the number of hit points. Yeah.
Sandy.
But once you go down, it gets used.
It's a one-time thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to try to open this door here.
Absolutely.
I will step back.
You can see what should have been a cupboard.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking he was in. I don't
Yeah.
understand. According to the map, there's a cupboard here.
And instead, no, he was like trying to climb like a little storage bin on the wall. You know, where you put medical supplies in. He's trying to push himself inside that. You step inside what should have been a cupboard, and instead find yourself in another corridor composed of rusty chain links and corroded iron slats, disappearing into the darkness. You're hit by the scent of ozone and rotten meat once again. You start walking through.
I don't know. I don't like the look of any of this, Gareth. But we either go out the door we came in and walk down. Does this look like it? So as I stand here, I can't see.
Just more corridor going off into the distance.
This way?
Yeah, the way that you're looking. No, the way that we're looking, that way, yeah.
So we either go, this corridor leads straight down, or the other doorway leads
That
straight
goes.
down. So,
The other corridor goes to nowhere, doesn't it? This bit here's
oh, that's true. Yeah.
into
So
a
this
void.
is this way.
Yeah. And then I punch Tholder in as I walk past.
He gives like a little whimper, but he doesn't seem to react to the hit. It just seems to be like a state of
Well,
fighting now.
he's no good to us. I'm stuck. I can't move anywhere.
Yeah. If you're going that way, then we'll go that way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're going that
okay.
way.
So as you start walking through the corridor once again, trudge forward and quickly find yourself once again consumed by the claustrophobia of the darkness and silence. As you carry on walking, 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes pass, and then eventually you reach another doorway.
Open the door.
As you step through, you enter a chamber with dilapidated mahogany panelled walls and decrepit oak flooring. There's a few cracks in the walls, revealing the black void beyond. The room has a few items of rickety old furniture, a large desk in the centre of the room, covered in files and notes. A bed against one wall, whose sheets are decayed and browned, and a worn cabinet against the other. What do you do?
What does the file say?
As you walk over to them, most of the files on the desk look like stacks of blank paper, which are all yellowing at the edges. There is one file which does contain writing, however.
Read it.
As you open it up, you can see there's a crumpled up scrap of paper, which looks to have writing on that as well.
Read it.
What, the file or the scrap of paper?
Both.
The file contains which reads, I continue to observe the crew and have conducted interviews with each of them over the last week. It is clear their mental state continues to deteriorate. Captain Vine was never a particularly amicable man. However, he has become progressively bitter and angry. The crew largely keeps out of his way and placates him regardless of how irrational his demands are. He claims his anger is due to the house dragging their feet with the projects. However, his rage is not proportional, and he couldn't even make it through our interview without smashing the decanter I keep on my desk against the wall. He is unstable. I fear he is on the edge of violence. Bosun Thaldron appears to be the most severely affected. Paranoia and fear have overtaken him, and he is constantly suspicious of the rest of the crew, especially myself. Our interview was as though drawing blood from a stone, as he believed I intended to use his words against him. Something weighs heavily on the helmswoman Johanna. She suffers in silence, too proud to admit she is struggling. Nonetheless, she is bearing it commendably and is faring better than some of the others. Artificer Venezi was bright and merry when I first met her, but her demeanour has completely changed. She seems to recede into herself at times, and either buries herself in work or food to cope with her struggles. Captain Vine is particularly cruel to her, so it's possible her issues stem from this, but I don't think so. I expect it has the same source as the others. I also suspect she knows more about that source than I am privy to. However, unsurprisingly, she will not discuss it with me. I've even noted a shift in my own mental state. I've become unfocused and lethargic, but I do not yet suffer as the others do. First Mate Carrier appears to be the only one unaffected. She is as cheerful as she has ever been, and has been pleasant and forthright in our interviews. As with my previous report, it is my opinion this project should be terminated. I cannot in good conscience advocate for its continuance, when its negative effects are so clear and so deleterious. If the project must continue, I must insist some form of safeguards or protections are put in place. Without this, I fear it is inevitable something dreadful will occur. If you uncrumple the scrap of paper, you will find the phrase, "The void is salvation, it is redemption, it is deliverance, and it is annihilation." Just repeated over and over and over in a tight spiral across the whole page. As you look at it, you get a weird sensation of vertigo. Can I have a wisdom saving throw, please?
$13.
You start to become entranced by the spiral. The words start swirling around in your vision. The pumping of blood gets louder and louder in your ears. You feel you've suddenly got an intense headache. You suddenly drop to the floor, and Gareth sees you clutch your head. You're going to get another level of madness, love.
Another?
Yeah.
A level of madness.
No, you've got 2 now.
No, I don't.
You do. You got the one where you get disadvantage if you get natural one.
Oh, is that a level of madness?
Yup. Level 2. Your body does not feel your own. You are struggling to bend it to your will. Your speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Okay.
So basically, this is kind of Event Horizon type thing
Yeah.
of
If you look in
whatever's powering the ship is causing people to go mental. But that first mate seems oblivious to it.
Do you check the cabinet? It's all right. I can change that for if it would like.
I did what?
Does anyone check the cabinet? I mean, you're on the floor grabbing your head,
Yeah, so I'm
like with your
doing
head about to
everything.
explode. Gareth, do you check the cabinet while she's reading through all this?
Yeah, why not? Fuck it. What's the worst that could happen?
I'll change my face. It's over on the left.
Check it deceptively.
I'll stop that. The cabinet appears locked.
What about the small key that I've got? Can I try that?
Yeah, there we go. The small key would appear to fit the small lock.
Yeah.
There are 2 potions of greater healing and a potion of heroism.
The heroism?
It's the one that gives you temporary hit points and something else. Hold on. Oops, can't spell.
See John somewhat more like.
For an hour after drinking it, you get 10 temporary hit points. And what else? I think it's a D4. Yeah, you also get a D4 added to all your attack rolls and saving throws. But it only lasts for an hour once you've drunk it.
I'll chug one of the potions.
Health potion, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, great to hear
Do you need one? Ange,
Um.
you better have one, aren't you?
Yes. If you have one more, then I'll have full. But I've got level of madness that I can't add on to my sheet.
Yeah, I'll chug one. What is it, 20?
Yes, it is.
20 hit points. Yeah.
There you go, I've added one.
Oh.
If you go into effects, the little lightning bolt. Oh, if you scroll up, it'll say Temp Madness up at the top now, passive.
Yeah, but where? How did you
The
add
big
it?
plus button on the bottom right.
Ah, so it's not on the thing.
Yeah, you've got to add it. I've added one in it. And then we'll just, like... Oh, you've added one as well, let me add... Yeah, there you go. Let's stick one on Gareth, so he's got one as well.
Where's madness in it, then?
It's an optional thing. It's not like a condition or anything like that. It's just like something that gets accumulated over time.
Okay.
There you go. Gareth is level 1. So you both chugged a potion.
Yeah. I'm up to full whack now.
Okay. That appears to be all that's in the room. Carry on. You once again push through into... Yes, Matt.
No, the
Yeah.
person that was speaking then, that was that the medic?
You get the impression that was Medic Tristan's notes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okie doke.
It seems to be his kind of medical evaluation of their current kind of psychological states. So as you exit Medic Tristan's office, you once again enter a corridor of rusty chain links and corroded iron slats, which extend into the darkness. The scent of ozone and rotten meat is more pungent here. A passage towards the fore of the ship abruptly ends, torn away in a similar way to what you saw previously. You trudge on towards the aft of the ship. As the minutes pass in silence, you swear you hear the faint flap of wings again in the distance, and glimpse the shadow of movement on the very edge of your vision, but when you look again, nothing makes its presence known. Around 15 minutes pass, and you end the corridor up ahead. It opens into a large chamber. You're walking?
Yeah.
You walk into the chamber and can see it is composed of the same chain link fence and metal slat flooring as the corridors. The port side of the chamber is a partially broken table with a scattering of ancient playing cards across it and the floor nearby. On the starboard side, there is a pair of moth-eaten sofas with a crumbling coffee table between them. According to your map, this corridor should continue towards the aft of the ship. However, this is blocked by a solid metal doorway, which is covered in heavy chains. The chains are locked in place by a massive padlock. The doorway, which should also lead to First Mate Kyra's office, is covered in chains as well. But it is clear that there is nothing on the other side of the door. It just leads out into the void. You can see two other doorways, one apparently leading to engineering and the other to the mess hall. In front of the door which leads to engineering, you can see Medic Tristan lied on the floor with blood spattered all around him and dripping through the slats of the floor down into the darkness below. You can see a trail of blood leading to the door. His right arm has been completely and cleanly severed above the elbow, exposing bone, muscle and fat. He isn't currently moving. What do you do?
Should we go check on him?
Yeah. See if he's alive.
Just in case.
I can have a medicine check, please.
That would be a natural response, wouldn't it? 21.
Oh, he is alive. His heartbeat and breathing is so weak it is almost imperceptible, but you manage to just catch the faintest of heartbeats, the faintest of breath as you kind of trying to evaluate him.
Can we,
he's currently bleeding out.
yeah, can we cauterize his wound?
I gave you the healing kit thing, which would let you
The healer's kit, yeah.
stabilize wounds and things like that.
Yeah.
So you can absolutely do that on a decent medicine check as well. I
rolled, so that's 4 for the herbalism kit.
So you managed to heal him up enough that he's not currently bleeding out, kind of thing. And do you do anything else? Because he's currently completely unconscious as well.
I mean, we can try bring him around, but I can't see that happening. So if we just try maybe prop him up, maybe
There's like the sofas and things you can get him off the floor.
Put him on the sofa and
Yeah. Take him off the dirty floor and put him on the dirty sofa.
Yeah.
the mimic sofa.
It's a mimic.
So yeah, you managed to get him comfortable. You kind of take the wound up, all that kind of stuff.
and kind of, I don't know, elevate it or something, just
enough to stop him bleeding out while you
I do
what you're going to
enough
do.
from my 21 medicine knowledge to know how to
Absolutely. Apparently so, yeah.
try to stabilize him.
The padlock behind him has no keyhole. Instead, it has 2 recesses, each of which would fit a shield-shaped token, probably about 2 inches tall.
Maybe that's what your friggin' shield is for.
Doesn't seem to be good for all.
I throw my shield at it.
Bororanga. Funnily enough, you miss it again. So the mess hall is the next closest door anyway.
Okay.
You going there?
Yeah.
You enter into what would be a fairly typical looking mess hall. Grey tiled flooring, 2 long tables set for a meal, were it not for 2 things. The first is that the doorway into the kitchen has been torn away and exits out into the black void. The second is that the walls and the floor near the sundered doorway are thickly coated with blue and white mould. You can see tendrils of fungus stretching along the walls towards the tables. The warm, sweet scent of mould is almost overpowering. At one of the tables sits Artificer Venezi. You can see her eyes are as vacant as anything as she sits eating from a bowl filled with that mould.
Ew.
She doesn't seem to register as you enter the room.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to her.
She doesn't register. You can see just continually spoonful after spoonful into her mouth,
Okay,
slowly chewing on it, swallowing.
I'm gonna take the bowl away.
I will first need a Constitution saving throw.
This is never good. Oh no, that will be a 5.
You cannot regain hit points for 1 hour.
Okay.
And you try and take the ball off her.
Yeah.
As you grab it, some of the mold kind of like slops out onto your hand, and that was a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
As you kind of pull the ball away, she starts screaming and like reaches over, easily pulls the ball back off you. She's like twice your size, and as soon as you let go, she just stops and starts slowly eating and chewing it again.
Okay, she's gone.
After a few moments, she once again raises the spoon. This time, just before it enters her mouth, you notice there's something in addition to the mold on the spoon. You get the glimpse of what appears to be a small metallic token, a bit like the shape of a shield before it puts into her mouth and she swallows it.
Push it around.
Oh.
I'll need an athletics check if you want to try and like knock it out of her hand.
Yeah.
Or you
Can I do it
try
with my
and do
mage
a
hand?
Or you can try. You won't have time to cast it. Or you can do a sleight of hand, try and get it out of her mouth. It's up to you. So you either try and overpower her, bless you, or you try and get the token out of her mouth quickly.
We're trying to overpower her.
Overpower her. Go for it.
Yeah.
Go.
Overpower the half-orc woman.
16 plus 4. 30, 20.
Oh, absolutely. As just she's about to get the spoon in her mouth, you like full force shoulder barge into that arm and knocks the spoon away, and she instantly starts screaming again. And then she just slowly starts eating the mold as soon as she's able to get the spoon back into it. You see the token go spinning down across the floor, onto the floor and down along the room.
Silly things, you're about to eat the prize. You don't eat the prize. You take the prize out of the cereal first.
And then I cast Mage Hand to pick it up, so I don't touch it. Or can I do Prestidigitation to clean it?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You can clean the mold off of it.
Yeah, just so there's no mold there.
The shield-shaped token has an insignia of 2 horizontal wavy lines with a straight vertical line through them. And she just carries on eating the mold.
And then I cast Prestidigitation on the mold to make it taste like a jam donut.
The next mouthful, she kind of screws her face up like she doesn't like the taste of it. But she still carries on eating. And then each mouthful, she looks more and more like unhappy that she's eating it now.
Make it taste like even more like a jam donut.
You see her almost kind of retching, but it's like she can't stop herself from eating it.
Does Prestidigitation change what she's eating, or does it make?
No, it just makes it taste different.
You might as well make it taste like what?
Yeah, okay, then I'll make it taste like shit.
Yeah. It's not changing what she's eating.
It doesn't taste like mold. She still doesn't like the flavour.
Oh, I'll make it taste like mold then. Oh, I'll just not do it.
I I'm gonna magically make it taste of what it already tastes of. That's how good I am. Oh, dude.
What does that carrot taste like? It's like
carrot.
Welcome.
It's like the best carrot you've ever had.
You're welcome.
Yeah, there's nothing else in this room.
Yeah. So then we need to go. We need to go back to the other room
Engineering.
that had that lock on it with a shield, doesn't it?
So what was the other shape?
They were both shield-shaped tokens.
So we need to find
but
another shield shape.
engineering's the only other door.
So engineering's going to have the shield, the other second token.
You're going to engineering.
Yeah.
And then we have to do then we have to do the thing where we turn them at the same time, like on a submarine.
You enter a workshop with corrugated iron flooring and metal panel walls. Both the port and starboard sides of the room are lined with dusty workbenches, covered in rusty old tools. Near the door is a writing desk covered with notes and sketches. There's a trail of blood across the floor, leading to the back of the room where there is a bizarre machine whose purpose is unclear. It's about 6 feet tall, about 8 feet wide, and enclosed in an iron casing. You can see a thick glass panel on the front displaying a shelf among the whirring cogs and belts within. The shelf is a small shield-shaped token made of metal. Below the panel is an engraved bronze plaque. Below that, 3 numbered dials. Finally, below these are 2 dark holes leading inside the machine, just big enough for an arm to reach into the darkness. One has blood dripping out of it. And that's where we'll end this week.
This is it Flash Garden? No.
Yeah, Flash.
Is it Flash Garden?
Yeah, but you've got to put your hand in the pit.
Yeah, with his scorpions.
Yeah.
Yes.
There we go. That would do a bit of a horror one this week.
Okay.
Creepy, spooky.
I like the effects on these things, like the lights.
Yeah, it's good.
Gives it a bit of something, doesn't it?
Yeah. Right, I'm going to the Louvre.
Oh, okay. So there you go, mate. That's it for this one.
Good.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite enjoying these all these little different ones that you can just shoot on in.
At the second half of it was a lot better with the roboting. It wasn't roboting as much in the.
Oh, good. Very weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just. I think it's just the VPN and the internet. That's all.
Yeah. We'll have to. I don't even know, but we'll have to sort some. I don't know, more reliable way of doing it. I guess I don't even know what we'd do.
I don't know because it's. I don't think I need VPN for this, the Foundry, because it worked. Yeah, it's just Discord that I need VPN for.
Is there any other chat stuff which does work? Use like Teams or like Google Chat or something like that?
They should Zoom stuff work.
No, you only get
Teams work, but you only get an hour, don't you?
Yeah. Is Google Chat limited? I wonder.
Yeah, they all are.
Oh.
Well, most of them seem to. I'll have a look to see if there's any. Because there's like the one called StreamYard, but I think that's limited to an hour. I think.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, well, I'll have a look at it and see if I can find something.